messed up, no. Bad news, fit to beat your home, nigga. Yeah. Who gon' get on his ass real quick one time? 144, baby.
Run that shit up, Trey.
They said you get on, you gon' represent, I said of course. Soon as they crank that beat, I ride that bitch just like a horse. She about to go dumb, yeah, bitch, me a whole car. You ain't know they call me Obi-Wan, I come with the force. You gon' ride, yeah, of course, get it lit up like a torch. You either low or this low, so that bitch is either or. Yeah, I know them niggas ain't cut like that, I swear I'm to our core. Wait up, let me make a call right quick, I'ma start another war. I was hurting when she left, but I don't care about anymore. I need a Vaselina like my Nina Puffer bar. Took a Zoc, watch the dark. Matter of fact, lock the door. Any problem, let them come. We gon' snatch they soul like Shang Tsung. Put them out of service, keep them tools like Miss Hopper Free. Try to hold me, it's way too late. I'm headed straight to the safe. Throw that one up like a trophy. I'm that nigga, ain't no debate. Told them boys we taking over. Call them up like set the date. This shit a piece of cake. Yeah, my bitches came from Whole Foods. Told them put on that top 3. Then bring me my house shoes. Don't make excuses, make moves. These niggas ungrateful, gotta show them U.P.K rules. I make hits like I can't lose. They say you get on, you gon' represent, I said of course. Soon as they crank that beat, I ride that business like a horse. She about to go dumb, yeah, bitch, me a whole car. You ain't know they call me Obi-Wan, I come with the force. You gon' ride, yeah, of course. Get it lit up like a torch. You either low or this low, so that bitch is either or. Yeah, I know them niggas ain't cut like that, I swear I'm to our core. Yeah, I just got off the call, I'ma start another war. Spit a plate up with my niggas, get your knife and your fork. He ain't locked in with the count, and when you speaking to me fart. Yeah, I just took the floor, ain't no cowards in my campaign. They can't stop the campaign, tell them bring the champagne. They know I'm a champion, they can see the outcome. Get them niggas bad, got them tied down and out there. Can't do with them steppers, niggas been down since day one. We run up the bands, bitch like Dylan. They say you get on, you gon' represent, I said of course. Soon as they crank that beat, I ride that bitch just like a horse. Yeah, about to go dumb, yeah, bitch, we whole car. You ain't know they call me Obi-Wan, I come with the force. You gon' ride, yeah, of course. Get it lit up like a torch. You either low or this low, so that bitch is either or. I told you niggas, you ain't cut like that, I swear I'm to our car. And I just made the call, we gon' start another war.
You boy. You know what time it is, nigga. Better watch how you step in. Yeah. But that was my nigga. Yeah. I'm in it, yo. Got my nigga Rewan with me. But that was my niggas, it'll be an honor. You know what I'm saying? Under commanding general, your honor. Straight off the top, I love all of my niggas. That shit ain't gon' stop till we on top and we ballin', my nigga. We be fly as fuck, you know them bitches be stalking my niggas. That shit'll never change and it's the same with all my niggas. City to city, I should be at home. That's what my ribs say. But bitch, I'm grown, I'm in these streets and closed caption. Niggas know we bout that action. If a nigga play with me, then my Hakim gon' let him have it. Hey, think you the shit, this truth the shit. Nigga play, I let that Ruger hit. Get on them tracks, they be like, who is this? I'm rude with it, ain't got no manners. All them pussy niggas talk the shit, yeah, I know they can't stand us, but we U.P.K, Louisiana, bitch, that's what I'm rippin'. And my niggas solid, number real ones in my section. If you wanna get down, put your boots on, start steppin'. Brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood I lay my life down right now for all my sisters and brothers, because I love them, I see them dapping and hug them. It's amazing to see how well we adapt from the struggle. Born again from a life of sin, trapped in the gutter. My mind frame was to kill my own kind. Feeling inferior, waking up ready to die. Run with them killers, so it's just a matter of time. For why take your life or let you take mine? That's when I realized the slaves killing slaves while the white man live to get old. We in them graves, the shit got me feeling played. I opened the Bible, went through them records, found out we was royalty, a nation to be respected. But in this world we rejected, we hated for our complexion. Still fighting to get accepted, we hear the truth and reject it. But love is getting corrected, and all my niggas correct me. The commandments, the foundation we erected. Brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is a weapon.
The beat.
I don't know who, somebody need to hear this. Y'all don't speak Hebrew, that's Yiddish. How the fuck you try to label us anti-Semitic? We the Israelites, blacks, native Hispanics. The Germans getting locked up for the Holocaust. Meanwhile, black people still up in the Holocaust. 100 million of us died in the transatlantic. 6 million died, y'all want the world to never forget it. You can never be a Jew, you a Ashkenaz. This ain't a star dum-dum, a gun that would die. Yeah, Yeezy told the truth and got ostracized. Not one person in the Bible had on a yarmulke. We was slaves in America like we was in Egypt. Y'all don't even fit the curses in the Torah neither. Y'all was blind to the truth, I had to make it clear. How Jerusalem, your land, your people came from Europe. That was 1947, your menorah got 9 sticks, it's really only 7. Yeah, it's us against the world, Armageddon. This what happened when you inherit lies from your ancestors. Y'all the synagogue of Satan with them black hats. Your whole nation sitting ducks, Aflacs. Bunch of thieves and culture vultures, ain't nothing kosher. To tell the truth, you vagabonds don't have a culture. Macedonia, Alexander and Philip, you a convert, so tell me, how the fuck is you Israel? That don't make you the people just cause you litter. Why my people can't hate your people like y'all hate Hitler? All the prophets was black and was called nigga. Y'all don't even fit the description that's in the scriptures. Abraham, all the way down to Jacob, we the real Jews. Y'all don't study Christ, y'all follow the Talmud. Keep it real, yeah, let's keep it real. Cold hard truth, it give you chills. Say y'all Jewish cause y'all ain't really them. About to do them like Hammond, it's the Feast of Purim. U.P.K undefeated, this an easy win. We was born fighting, y'all the evil twin. Jacob took hold of his heel, then out came his little red bastard, they kosher deals. It's only 12 tribes, y'all trying to make it 13. Esau despised his birthright, the Lord cursed him. He ain't the devil, who is? I'm still searching. Ask your rabbi, why he get them babies herpes? I don't know what's worse, that or you claiming that you a Maccabee. I'm about to cancel, everybody try to cancel ye. I ain't afraid to speak, this what I do. They riding to the core, I'm just judging them by their fruit. Cause they ain't suffering curses. If I was carnal, I promise I'd punch you in person. I know this an uncomfortable subject. They making millions off our culture and black people suffering from it. Yeah, they don't believe in Christ, they the Antichrist. Make a living off of niggas, they a parasite. I ain't afraid to tell the truth, niggas terrified. I'm about to go DEFCON 4, I ain't satisfied.
That is proof. That is absolute proof that they know we are the real Jews. That's absolute proof. Now you got the records. Go find me a white Jew on any archaeology in Egypt anywhere. You will never find a piece of archaeology with white people as slaves in Egypt. So don't tell me that they were slaves and it's their identity, and they know it.
people of the law. You are not God's chosen people. God's chosen people are living in the ghettos of America. God's chosen people are in poverty and depression in the streets of America. God's chosen people are walking around in America with no identity. That's where God's chosen people are.
Back roll.
Send my bro a kite quick. Times of war, we ain't forget about you. Keep your light lit. Rappers can't see. Most of them scared to witness. Go on, close your eyes. There's one right here for the trenches. Bad bitches, natural hair or extensions. Hood niggas that'll poly grip like some dentures. Brothers on them fences. 23 and 1 out. Praying that that commissary hit before it run out. Bitches on the gram, dog filter with their tongue out. Couldn't stay home because they found the dugout. Closed casket, burner in the low jacket. My co-captain riding on these whole rappers, my hoes fabulous. Now I don't mean that derogatory, but I'm a player and there's no my women riding for me. I avoided Maury, I got 2 jets. If I can't make it through for them, then I'm useless. Sit down that roof, Chris, with a couple bosses. After the war, just to count our losses. There's not many. You see a smile on my face, but I'm not friendly. Gun on my waist, sipping white Henny. I just hope this shit go right. Living in the dark, you don't know light. Gotta got my heart grip, my bow tie. Waiting on the squab in my whole life. I just hope this shit go right. Living in the dark, you don't know light. Gotta got my heart grip, my bow tie. Living in the squab in my whole life. My whole life. It's so melodic. When I be dropping this ebonics, this ghetto phonics, it got me on the level supersonic. My bomb atomic, and you know where you can find me. Somewhere probably folding this paper origami. My name is pure as the Dasani. My wave is like a tsunami. I went from 0 to 100, feeling like Ricky Bobby. I made a deal with the Reaper. Got a couple wives, they some keepers. Talk a lot of shit, but you can't walk a mile in my sneakers. Bitches go to Miami, come home with change features. Now she got a BBL, her ass fatter. Trying to show up all them niggas that laughed at her. Now when they see her, they only wanna fuck her. They just wanna touch her, they don't wanna cuff her. They just wanna come and kick it with her like a punter. Turned her to a runner, now it's all aboard the train. Fenty on her face, but it's not concealing the pain, it's a shame. So I'm in the hood like some rap snacks. I know niggas kill you and your mama for a scat pack. Dark tint, matte black, they do it for half that. Had you like 90s Missy in a fucking trash bag. I'm from Philly, we don't do bank accounts, just cash app. I spit a verse and I just watch the time slow. This that God flow, this that shit that rappers die for. This that uncut Taha Wall straight from Pablo Escobar. I be at the bar like Moscato. They think it's effort, but no, this that block work. Make the countermeasures, take pleasures, making an op hurt. Lightest in the sky, cause every verse is a concert. My mind work at speed y'all can't fathom. Listen to the words of a champion. It can't, the streets need another anthem. I just hope this shit go right. Living in the dark, you don't know light. Gotta got my heart grip, my bow tie. Waiting on the squab in my whole life. I just hope this shit go right. Living in the dark, you don't know light. Gotta got my heart
If it's too wild.
Concept, it's too wild.
We on now?
We on now.
All right, let's stop it up. Yabs and Shabrak Yah Shemalata Basham Yah Shai to all the brothers and all the sisters. Rocking out DC scripture breakdown class live. As usual, I.S.U.P.K, no affiliation, home of the truth. We're going to do this thing day in and day out. Scripture breakdown tonight. Anybody have any questions? Please raise your hand or type the questions in the chat. Tonight we're going to go into that Ruby Ridge and or Ruby it's like a Rebel Ridge. Ruby Ridge is a
little girl that Ruby Bridges is a
no, not Ruby Bridges. The other one, the one with Waco, Texas. Like what started Waco, Texas, was originally started in a place called Ruby Ridge, where some ex-military people went off the grid, and the FBI somehow tied some gun shit to them. Went up, they kill everybody. That really is what kicked off that whole thing in Waco, Texas, and the Oklahoma bombing. All right, so Ruby Ridge, Rebel Mafia, Rebel, whatever. Yeah, I mean, 144 the Rebel. Yeah, we did rebelling it up tonight. Yeah, I mean, and we're gonna get it in. You all give a one if the audio is clear. Please give a 1 if the audio is clear. Boom. Anybody have an extra apocrypha? May have. That's my damn apocrypha. That ain't gonna work. Hold on 1 second. Shut up, sir. You have a shut down.
We about to learn about Rebel Ridge, but before that, I want to say the white man is the devil that the Bible speaks of.
That's right.
I heard some lawyer talking to somebody else, right? And this devil lawyer was saying how when she was in law school, 7 out of 10 of her classmates were currently on drugs. You know what I'm saying? This the lawyers. You know what I'm saying? 7 out of 10 lawyers or law students was popping pills. She went further to say that that it's even higher, like in the courthouse. And the reason why she said that because one of her friends is an ER doctor. You know, people who have like this higher education. Runs around with same type of friends and whatnot. Their peer groups. So she had an ER doctor, and she says the top 3 people who are in there for committing, can I say the those people who do themselves. It's cops is number 1. We all know that. Commander General Yohanna has brung that out many times. Then you got lawyers and you got doctors that are doing it to themselves, right? So she was saying how that in between sessions and whatnot, when the lawyers are doing whatever they're doing, they're going in the bathroom and taking a bump. They're going in the bathroom popping a pill. It's crazy how lawyers is trying to get their clients off of drugs while they're getting high in the bathroom during the trial, in between client sessions. Their eyes are, pinholed. Is that what it is when you're high?
Oh, I wouldn't know.
Right. Don't tell on yourself. But yeah. These lawyers are high in front of the judge. And you know who the judges are? They're former well, not former, they're lawyers themselves. That studied law and practiced law for X amount of time, and they went and go ahead and do these horrible, atrocious things. Like yo, this is our supposedly our this is our court system. The people who we're depending on to either keep us out of jail or get us up out of jail or pass judgment on us. These cats is high. Going in the bathroom between client sessions and or in between the breaks. Let's take a 15-minute recess. Boom. What they do, they go and get high. They go and get high, trying to, all the while talking crap to us, talking crap about us, saying how we deserve to be in jail. You know what I'm saying? Because we're just a menace to society. But they're out there, with the long pinky nail, taking a bump.
Who's that?
Lawyer, sir. Slack.
God damn. The lawyers getting what they doing lines or times?
Both
lines and times.
God damn. I was saying how I heard a lawyer say that when she was in law school, 7 out of 10 were popping pills. 7 out of 10 of her law students.
You can't get through university, brother, without tremendous discipline. Like part of getting a degree is getting high. It's being an addict. And when I say getting high, I'm including alcohol too, because a lot of people become alcoholics in college and think they're not a cokehead when they just chose liquid versus powder. You get the point? To get through them things is, after a while that coffee don't work. After a while, you immune to the brown powder. You got to get that white powder for that buzz out. Sometimes people take that coffee in the morning and they're like, this is just what I needed. After a while, that shit hit you like, a puppy. You need something stronger because you got to ace this test. You're working on your GPA. You're trying to go from cum laude to magna cum laude. That's what you're trying to get. You're trying to get that yellow rope around your neck so you could get into some fraternity or some shit, and you're not really an addict. You're not like one of them niggas who just getting high. You doing this for the greater good. So you're going to snort some like, oh, yeah. Woo. And you're going to go ace that test out. And pretty soon, every stressful moment in your life needs a line. You need a draw. You need a draw somewhere. You need a draw before you go sit on that bench. You need a draw before you see your client. Hell, that cop needed a draw before he pulled over Tyreek Hill. He for sure needed a draw. He's like, oh, that's cheater. No. He needed it. He had to have it because it was too stressful just to pull a black man over in a big black car. It was just too stressful for him. So that's where it comes down from, Marcus. The drug addiction is American culture. It's European culture. That's part of the life. It's part of their thing, even in their religions. Not so much the Catholic and the Christian. When you go in the old pagan religions, it's always drug infused. It's always drug infused. Go ahead.
After watching like cop movies and stuff like that, when I was younger, jump outs told us before they come jump out on us around our way, they listen to Biggie Smalls, Niggas Bleed. You know what I'm saying?
To try to put them in the mood.
I mean, put them in the mood. Picture me being scared of. You know what I mean?
Picture me being scared of because they're really scared of. So they need some speed. They need some speed to get them right, and it's just part of how they do. You know what I mean? I ain't saying every single person, but don't think it something strange that this is how they operate. You get what I'm saying? They definitely. It's part of the culture. It's damn near part of the culture. Yeah, you get what I'm saying? It's part of the culture. Go ahead.
If I could. And then she went on to say that even when they're out of school, just like you're saying, whenever they have a stressful moment, they need a bump. Even out of school, they in between breaks or seeing clients in the courtroom, they'll take a bump. They'll go and take a line or pop a pill.
Yeah, I mean, listen. That lawyer ain't any true talk. If that motherfucker could get them charges dismissed, man, I'll leave 10 on the table, do what he wants with it. I don't give a hell I don't give a damn what you put in your nose. Let's make sure them charges is gone. Right? You get as high as you want, get high, most high. Once them charges is gone, whatever. Go ahead.
Slugger, since you say that, have you heard what was going on with the brother who what's the singer who shot Tory Lanez? Okay, what's going on with him? He had mixtapes in prison. He was releasing them, and then they raided his cell and then took all his studio equipment. Well, they're saying he had permission to do it, But the reason why they took it was because he the proceeds that he was getting from it, he was helping other inmates get law help and reopening cases. And some
okay, he had to pay the right person. You know what I mean? I ain't up here telling you to go bribe people, but in a situation like that, you're already in there doing whatever. You know, permission ain't, you know, yes, you can. Permission is a transaction. That's what permission is. It's permission. What's the root word? Permit. Out here, you go to some department and pay for a permit. He's in there. He doing God knows what to do whatever. I get it. But he did not get permitted by the right person. Or his permit wasn't strong enough. So, you know, he had to ensure that. My advice to him is go talk to Vybz Kartel. Vybz Kartel did it for 13 years. 13 years and released #1 tracks from prison, from behind bars. Niggas say he would take the damn mattresses and put it up on the damn wall, on the bars and the walls to help soundproof the shit and speak into an iPhone and send the thing in 100 voice notes over WhatsApp to some producer who is like a damn witch at this point and put the damn song together. Everything you've heard from Vybz Kartel since what, 2011 or 2012 was recorded in jail. He need to go talk to Vybz. Go talk to the teacher. He learned a thing or two. You know what I mean? I can't help him there. Yeah. This is the problem with it. None of them proceeds was permitted to the tithes of the UPK. Them proceeds could have come into the UPK and he'd have got a permit from the Lord to do whatever he needed to do. Right. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? Crack lawyers and no permits. What do you want me to do? You know what I mean? Y'all need a government. Y'all need a proper government. All right. So, what we have for questions, if anybody has questions. If not, we'll get into, you know, a little bit of the topic. Remember, I'll send you an article. One of you brothers, I'll send it to for that incident that happened in Trinidad.
Okay. If there's no questions online, we got ones, and Matthias one.
Okay, Musa and Craig, YAHANNA.
Hey, Shalom, YAHANNA.
All right, please. So you say the audio is too wild. If you all get any issues with the audio, let me know. All right, you killed this one?
Concert. Yeah.
That'll work. Okay, any questions in the room? Let me know, all right? Just raise your hand. Let me know what you need broken down or refreshed.
Can't see. Can't see. Oh.
So lucky, you'll be with me one. Okay. All right, so what we dealing with? You're good. You know the Bible. You ain't got no questions. And you're just coming here. Y'all got Netflix and Amazon for this shit out. Yeah, y'all ain't just about to come and sit on here and just watch me do something. What's going on with y'all?
Mafia has a question.
Come on, Mafia.
Yeah, come on, sir. Salaki. Concerning personal relationships, you know, when they go with the when people come with the personal relationships, other than 1 John 2:3-5, is there any other cornerstone scriptures for that?
Okay, what do you mean personal relationships? What do you mean?
You know how most Christians be like, I got a personal relationship with Christ or Christ or God.
Okay.
Is there some other cornerstone cuts?
Okay, 1 second. So you asking about how to say, some people say I have a personal relationship with God, or me and this person's personal relationship. You asking if there's other scriptures besides, say it again, say the one where you are.
1 John 2 verse 3 through 5.
1 John 2 verse 3. All right, somebody grab that for me.
It's 1 John 2 and 3. And hereby we do know that we know him if we keep his commandments.
Okay, what are they saying about this one? Huh?
Like in reference, they when you bring up a scripture, or you know about like commandments, that they know my heart, or going into the whole, they know I have a personal relationship with God, and knowing that they when you read the scripture and it's them breaking the law, but they like, well, I have a personal relationship.
Okay, so you asking if this could be used, or you saying they use this?
I was saying, other than this being used to cut them with, or bringing the scripture up, is there any other, like, is there cuts?
Okay, I would not I wouldn't use this, because this is okay to use, but it doesn't drive the point home. Shabbat, hit the light for outside. Is it on? I appreciate that, brother. Right? This wouldn't be this wouldn't drive that point home that you trying to make. You know what I mean?
Come.
So okay, you could start with this one. Let me see. Hold on. Give me 2 Peter 1 and 20. Also give me Genesis 4. Give me Genesis 4, and let's start at somewhere around 10. All right. And then 1 Corinthians 11 and 3. All right. Let's start with those.
Which one do you want first, sir?
The one in Peter.
What kind? This is 1 Peter chapter 1 verse 20. For verily was foreordained before the foundation of the world, but was manifested in these last times for you.
Hold on, 2 Peter, Salaki, brother.
Second Peter chapter 2 and verse 20. For if after they have escaped the pollutions of the world through the knowledge of the Lord our Savior Jesus Christ, they are again entangled therein and overcome.
Hold on, I think I gave you the wrong one out. Hold on. Second Peter 1 and 20. I think you read it. You're reading the wrong one. You found it now?
Peter 1 and 20. Second Peter 1 and 20.
All right.
Knowing this first, that no prophecy of the scripture is of any private interpretation.
Read this again.
Knowing this first, that no prophecy of the scripture is of any private interpretation.
All right. So that's the one I would start with, Matthew. All right. And it says, knowing this first, there is what?
There is that no prophecy of the scripture is of any private interpretation.
There's nothing in this Bible that's private, of any private interpretation. You get the point? So for people who have a personal relationship with the Lord, a personal relationship is what? Private. there's nothing private about serving the Lord.
Right.
There's nothing, closed up and a private relationship and all that. You wouldn't have a private relationship with your husband or your wife, but you want to have a private relationship with the Lord. That's not biblical, right? There's no private interpretation of the scriptures, and knowing the spirit of the Bible. There's nothing that's private in the Bible. There's nothing. There's none of that. You get the point? Go ahead.
Khan. Verse 21.
No, you read the whole thing?
Khan.
Read it one more time.
Khan. 2 Peter 1 and 20. Knowing this first, that no prophecy of the scripture is of any private interpretation.
Right? There's no private interpretation. That's the first thing. This is not a personal one-on-one thing. This is not that. This here is a kingdom with a government. It's like a nation with a government, and it's not there's no citizen in America that has a private and personal internal relationship with the Constitution. That's just ridiculous. You get the point? Everybody is a citizen of this empire and serves the empire according to what's written in the Constitution. This is our Constitution. There's nothing you do privately that's not done by somebody else. This is not a love story. It's not some dating app you're on. This is not that, right? So this is where I would start, Mafia. All right, then I would go give me Genesis 4.
Genesis chapter 4 verse 10. And he said, what hast thou done? The voice of thy brother.
Exodus 4. I apologize, brother. Exodus 4, not Genesis. All right, Exodus 4 and 10, not Genesis. My fault, brother.
Exodus chapter 4 verse 10. And Moses said unto the Lord, O my Lord, I am not eloquent, neither heretofore, nor since thou hast spoken unto thy servant. But I am slow of speech and of slow tongue. 11. And the Lord said unto him, who have made man's mouth, or who maketh the dumb, or deaf, or seeing, or the blind? Have not I the Lord?
Right. So what was happening here? This is just a little backdrop, so you understand, Matthew. You might need to explain it to some idiots who you're trying to explain that they don't have a personal relationship with God. This is a backdrop of when the Lord was having Moses go out to talk to the children of Israel on his behalf. Moses was nervous about doing it. Moses was not confident about doing it because in his mind, he was not a great speaker, right? He was not in Moses' mind, he was not gifted with speech. You know what I mean? And, he said, I'm not an eloquent speaker. Where we at, 4 and 10? Right? He said, I'm slow of speech and a slow tongue, meaning he may have had a speech impediment, whether it was stammering or something that didn't give him the confidence to speak. And the Lord said, listen, man, didn't I make the tongue? Didn't I make the mouth? If I'm giving you this to do, I expect you to go handle this, right? So now skip me to verse 14.
And the anger of the Lord was kindled against Moses. And he said, is not Aaron the Levite thy brother?
Go ahead.
I know that he can speak well, and also, behold, he cometh forth to meet thee. And when he seeth thee, he will be glad in his heart.
So now, of course, because Moses did not want to go speak, he was, he was hesitant. The anger of the Lord kindled against Moses, and that could happen to everybody in their life, whether it's a brother or a sister. It could happen where the Lord wants you to do something. You know he wants you to do something, and you pussyfooting around, and he could get angry with you. You could piss him off because it's a disrespect to him as a father, where He's making the way for you, and you don't want to put your foot there. You don't want to go in that direction, and it's almost like you lacking faith in him. And he's like, listen, man, just do it. I'm telling you to do it. You could more than do this, and then you don't do it. It's like a disappointment to him. He was angry with Moses, but like any good father, he understood that he couldn't do it. After a while, of course, after a certain time, and he said, well, listen, man, you don't want to do this thing. Aaron is your brother, and Aaron could speak well. And look, he on his way to you right now, and I'm sure he's going to be glad to help you, right? So, of course, the Lord is fostering that brotherhood there, that whole bond of, getting this job done. You can't do it. I'm going to give you somebody to help you do it, right? Keep reading, 15.
And thou shalt speak unto him and put words in his mouth. And I will be with thy mouth and with his mouth, and I will teach you what ye shall do.
All right, so the Lord said, read it again from the top.
And thou shalt speak unto him and put words in his mouth.
Okay.
And I will be with thy mouth and with his mouth, and will teach you what ye shall do.
All right, Matthew, break it down for me.
Come, sir. So basically what's going on is the Lord is sending Moses to do a job, and the same thing that he's going to speak that the Lord has had him speak, Aaron's going to speak the same words. So there's no confusion. There's no private interpretation when they speak to the congregation.
So, okay, yes and no. He said, the Lord said, you will speak unto him, meaning Moses will tell Aaron, right? You following that part?
Come.
And put words in his mouth, so he's going to tell Aaron what to say. And with his mouth, and will teach you what ye shall do. So it's like a chain. The Lord tells Moses, Moses tells Aaron, Aaron tells everybody else. You understand?
Come.
Okay, so there is a one-on-one relationship somewhere here. There is a one-to-one. Where is it, Matthew?
The Lord and Moses.
That's it. And
Salaki. And from Moses to Aaron.
That's it. Everybody else get it as a news bulletin. Everybody else get it like a blast, like 7 p.m. news, like an Instagram post. But the only one-on-one conversations happening here, and it's not even a group. The Lord ain't talking to two of them. The Lord ain't talking to you, you dumb nigga. The Lord is not talking to you. Why would he talk to you with your cigarette mouth? And yeah, not you, of course, Matthew, just for everybody listening. But whoever is that fool who think they're so special, they talk to the Lord directly. He's not talking to you. You was rubbing a crystal last week. You was rubbing this crystal thinking you could improve your chi and your damn chakras last week. Why would the Lord speak to you? Why? He's not talking to you. The Lord ain't talk to Aaron. He recommend Aaron, but he ain't talking to Aaron. He's speaking to Moses, and that's it. Moses speak to Aaron, Aaron speak to everybody else. Keep reading.
And he shall be thy spokesman unto the people. And he shall be, even he shall be to thee instead of a mouth, and thou shalt be him instead of God.
All right, read it one more time.
And he shall be thy spokesman unto thy people. And he shall be, even he shall be to thy
Slow down. Read it one more time from the top. So slow it down. You good, but slow it down.
And he shall be thy spokesman unto the people.
Go ahead.
And he shall be, even he.
Hold on, read that part again. I want to go over that. Read that first line.
And he shall be thy spokesman unto thy people.
Was Aaron supposed to be the spokesman one-on-one with a personal relationship? Read it again.
And he shall be thy spokesman unto thy people, unto the people.
Unto the people. There ain't no one-on-one, nothing. There's no personal relationship with God. Nigga, either you're gonna obey or you're gonna die. That's just it. There's no personal relationship. What you gonna do? You gonna befriend the Lord out of judgment? You're gonna explain to the Lord why you had to get high, why you had to go have sex with that whore. You're gonna explain to the Lord why that abortion was necessary. You all watched that thing last night, right? I come to you. That debate last night, right? I don't know what the hell I was watching. I was watching Interview with the Vampire. I was watching, what's the show with Natural Born Killers? Y'all remember that shit. I was watching Natural Born Killers, Interview with the Vampire, Liar, Liar. I was watching it all in one last night, brother. Where it's like, who could lie the most? They want to give you a license to abort a baby late term. You want to have a personal relationship so you could make the Lord feel. You could try to make the Lord feel what you felt when you was ready to go murder that child. That's why you want a personal relationship with the Lord. Go get a personal relationship with your bank and tell them 10% need to come in the UPK. Go convince them that they need to give the UPK 10% after they don't take tax for the government. And that's what your dumbass need to do. You don't have a personal relationship with God. You really have a personal relationship with yourself because you're selfish. All right, go ahead, Shapat.
I always think it as they pretty bold to talk about God talk to them, but they still go out and smoke cigarettes and do this, that, and the third. You know the Lord will kill you.
Okay, they don't care. They don't care. What you'll find is that these Christians, they don't believe in God at all. They don't believe anything in God. They really believe in themselves. And that demon that they're living with, so they go and they say they're talking to God when they're really talking to themselves. They're really talking to themselves and making a promise with themselves and making a deal with themselves. And Lord, if you do this, I ain't going to do this no more. And then they let themselves down so they could now go and smoke and be like, Lord, you understand. They self-understand why they're smoking, not the Lord. You get the point? They don't give a damn about the Lord. They don't care. Right? Read from 16 again.
And he shall be thy spokesman unto the people.
Go ahead.
And he shall be, even he shall be to thee instead of a mouth, and thou shalt be to him instead of God.
All right. Master, you got to break that one down for me.
Come on, sir. So, that's the chain of no.
He shall be to thee instead of a mouth, thou shalt be to him instead of God. Break that down for me.
That he's going to be the mouth, the spokesperson.
Who's the he?
Aaron is going to be the spokesperson for the Most High.
Nope. Anybody else? Shapat? Salaki, passing the mic real quick.
He's saying that Aaron, the problem that you have with your mouth, Aaron's going to be that for you.
Aaron's going to be what?
The mouth.
For who?
For Moses.
Mathaya, you understand?
Come.
Aaron don't have no connection to the Lord. Aaron has a connection to who? Mathaya? Moses. And his connection is he's going to be Moses' mouth. Aaron is not connected to the Lord. You understand?
Come, sir.
Right? Bukwash?
Ira Banyamyam says, like, sir, if I may, Aaron is Moses' mouth, and Moses is like the Lord for Aaron.
That's it. That's where you get into. Right? Aaron is Moses' mouth. Aaron is not, he does not know the Lord. He comes to Moses to hear what the Lord has to say. He comes to Moses to find out what the Lord wants. He comes to Moses to find out how to obey the Lord. Moses would tell him, and he now will go and say exactly what Moses say. He will be Moses' mouth to the people. Aaron don't have not near connection with the Lord. None. Can't talk to him, he can't hear him. If Aaron want to find out what the Lord said, he must go to Moses. Must. That's it. Come on.
Just remind me with the one time when the police, I mean not the police, but the people were demanding to speak to the Lord themselves.
Yep.
And the Lord came down and it was like, nah, y'all.
Listen,
you go here.
Listen, I'll give you one more. Before that, Moses say, "You're sure?" They say, "Yes." You know, we want to talk to him directly. Moses fell on his face. Moses did this. Oh, Lord. Moses fell on his face because he knew what was about to happen. What happened to them?
Oh, they got swallowed.
Yeah, some of them died. And the Lord spoke. Stop. They heard him. That was the last thing they heard him say. I'd rather not hear a last word. I'll just listen to Command Johnny Han. I don't need to talk. Listen, whatever. I know whatever he says, what the Lord say, and that's fine. I don't need to know you, sir. I don't need to. It's you. Listen, I prefer you don't even see me. Don't see me. Don't look at me at all. I'll just ask Command Johnny Han. I'll ask General Hyman. I'll ask all the generals, all the captains over me when I need to find out what the Lord wants. That I have a relationship with them, or ideally that man who I directly report to. You get the point? That's who I have a relationship with. I don't know anybody else. I don't know anybody. You understand what I'm saying? Like, that's the spirit of it. The Christian church would have you believe that you could just know everybody. And, you know, that'll be that. You not going to talk to Muriel Bowser? Then police just killed some brother the other night. They had a big protest down southeast. You're familiar with it? You all saw it on TV? They were throwing all them bottles at them damn cops. Cops is out down there out of hand. Some brother he's in the DC shirt. That's what get me out. You know that DC service worker shirt, the blue shirt with the yellow bands and the big DC badge? He's in a car, sleep, with the shirt on. And they blow him away in the car. Like, what? I don't understand this shit. Their explanation is he was asleep in a car, which apparently is a crime if you're black. Meanwhile, they got some white boy up in Montgomery County stealing cars, stealing everybody's car, trying to pass it off like if he black, showing a black figure walking blurred on the TV. But tonight, the mother come on the TV with the boy and say, yeah, he been stealing cars for the last 2 years of his life, blah, blah, blah. It's a white boy doing it. But they're showing a black image on the TV all week. This brother's sleeping in the car. Apparently, he's some violence intervention officer. He's trained on how to de-escalate shit, educate people on violence and all that type of stuff. He has a gun on him. He's sleeping in the car. He wakes up. The officer has the gun on the window. His training kicks in. He grabs the gun. If you know anything about how them Glocks work, you grab that slide and squeeze. He could squeeze until Christ come. That shit ain't firing. The officer says he tried to grab the gun. The rest of them blow him away. This brother is dead in the DC uniform. Now, until they come out and say, well, he stole the uniform, stole the gun, I don't know what they're going to come out and say. I'm going to take it back. Go ahead. Get the mic to the sister, Shapat, if you don't mind, please. Go ahead, sis.
I went to school with him. He actually worked for the crime.
For the crime, that's his job. He
was like unconscious. So like when you wake up, your instincts gonna naturally like raise your hand because they didn't even give him a chance.
They didn't give him a chance. And listen, this is the thing. He's tired because he working for them bastards so goddamn much. He in the car sleep. What? A nigga can't sleep? Nah. Go ahead. 2 out of 2, sis.
Where was the gun? If the gun is on his hip, he's in the car, how do they see the gun on his hip?
However, he had it. Because you could see it on the tape, on the body cam. You could see the Glock on the body cam. But, okay, even if he had it on him, how is he reaching your gun from in the car?
And sleep.
The window is up. The cup is like this on the window. And you see when he wakes up, he can't be that outside because he reach for it like you would be trained to reach for. If you ever trained to disarm someone with a gun, you reach for it like that. He ain't come out the car and try to snatch the gun from the officer. You get the point? He ain't do none of that shit. But brother, we live in an absolute hell. We are living in absolute hell. So lucky, get the mighty sister again. We trying to raise the level up in here. Brother walking all over the floor like he is Maury Povich or Oprah. Steve Harvey, Mike Man.
Of course, it's just my opinion, but like a week before that happened, one of their officers wasn't even trying. I guess he shot himself and killed himself trying to.
Oh, I was gonna skip the story, but since you bring it out,
they already was furious that whole week from their officers.
Well, let me enlighten you with that one, right? This is what happened. They say a brother is charged. They don't know if they're gonna charge him with the death of the officer because the officer went to retrieve a gun and got killed. They left it vague for the whole week.
Mm-hmm.
What happened is this brother had a gun on him. I don't know if it was legal or not. The brother started to run. He threw the gun. He got on some scooter and rolled to hell out. Somebody picked him up on a scooter. Mm-hmm. Later on, they find out that the person who picked him up was a family member. He called the family member and said somebody just robbed him. They beat him up. Come pick him up. The dude just rolled up. He jumped on, rolled out, right? The gun is somewhere in a sewer or some drain or something. This officer goes down to try to get the gun. In getting the gun, pulls the trigger, kills himself. I shit you not. This is the life. Now, of course, it's unfortunate it happened, but you can't continue to paint black people in that light when these oppressors is going in school and just killing everybody. You can't continue to give half truths and half news stories about, some boy and, stealing cars and scooters in Maryland, and it's a white boy. You can't say, well, a police officer was shot tonight and a man is in custody, a black man. Of course, they show the picture, and, he's awaiting. We're waiting to see if he'll be charged in the death of this officer. When you had to prove the gun was on him, you had to prove it's his, you had to prove whatever, and that cop just, was careless with the shit. That's all. It was an accident. It was him. Now, of course, they're going to try to pin it on him and say if he didn't have it, all the extra shit. If he have enough bread, he get a good, Jewish lawyer, he'll be out. He'll be done. He'll be out and fine. It's not a problem. But brother, we have a serious problem in our community, and it comes because we lack understanding of what's really going on. We don't understand it because we think everybody have a personal relationship with the Lord, and that's not how it works. That's not how it works. You don't fear the Lord, but you might fear that father who would come in the house. You might fear that person who you have to answer to on a daily basis. That might strike fear into you. The Lord mightn't strike fear into you, but making that phone call, you stuttering on the phone. What happened was, you need that. You need that to straighten you up. You need that thing. Because if the Lord had to talk, you're going to die. You understand? Aaron doesn't know the Lord. Aaron knows Moses. Aaron knows a nigga who knows the nigga. Everybody familiar with that part, right? Say, you know him? Nah, but, my uncle, cousin, stepdaughter, father, mother, sister, brother, cousin, uncle, funkle know him. You could put a word in for me? Yeah, nigga, I'll try. That's our life. And that's how life should be. And it'll run real smooth. You know why it would run real smooth? Because you need to be good with that nigga. So he could be good with that nigga to put a good word in for you. You wouldn't be like, man, F you all. I could talk to him myself. Which is how Christians are. Christians would just bogard the whole nation and the whole brotherhood and forget about it and think they could talk to the Lord directly. When it's not going to get you anywhere. That's just not how life works. Right? The Lord practices nepotism, nigga. He knows somebody, and then somebody had to know you, and somebody had to know somebody had to know somebody. That's the UPK, that's the Bible, that's life. You're not gonna just call anybody. It doesn't work like that. Let me get 1 Corinthians 11:3. Matthew, are you following?
Come on, sir. And Salaki, if I may too.
Come on up.
This scripture goes along with pretty much the inquiring of the Lord, right? You can use that for that part.
You could use that too. Well, once you break this part down, because this part here is really good after 2 Peter. Really, you could jump right here if you want to and go 2 Peter after. But everybody knows Moses. Everybody knows Aaron. Nobody knows this thing here. The Lord said Aaron would be his mouth, and the Lord said that Moses would be God to Aaron. When Aaron wanted to know about God, God was Moses. God wasn't, I have a private, I could go on, Moses, I could go on a mountain just like you. I thought there's a burning bush over here. And everybody got a burning bush now. The Lord ain't got time to talk to everybody, man. He talked to somebody, you talk to that nigga. And that's it. So you could use that part too, all right?
Come.
No sweat. Give me 1 Corinthians 11 and 3.
1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 3. But I would have you know that the head of every man is Christ.
Mm-hmm.
And the head of the woman is the man.
Mm-hmm.
And the head of Christ is God.
Right. I would have you know the head of every man is Christ. The head of the woman is the man. And the head of man, the head of Christ is God. That's life. It's a straight line. It's just, nobody could jump. The child want to know something, ask mommy. Mommy want to know something, ask daddy. Daddy want to know something, ask the man over him. The man over him asks Christ. Christ asks the Lord. Even our prayer. The Christians is so stupid, Mathia. What do they say at the end of every prayer?
In Jesus' name.
Oh, so wait, hold on. If I have a personal relationship with God, what the hell I have to say in Jesus' name for? Right or wrong? Right. Why do I have to invoke the name of the Lord? Like what they say. They're so goddamn stupid. It's ridiculous. They don't believe nothing they do or nothing they say. You understand?
Come on, sir.
Go ahead.
That was heavy. That's all I was.
Listen, that headpiece is heavy. I gained my inspiration from that headpiece. I need y'all to see that headpiece. Come on up here. Let me see that. Let's show them that headpiece, brother. Right now, you don't realize I'm predisposed to the right. Look at that thing there. Sure, that's the glory of the Lord passing in the chart. Listen, he had it. Woo, boy, it's at 144. Listen, that was heavy. That was heavy, brother. I see you, Shapat. I see you winning over there. You get the point? Like they're just idiots. They're stupid and don't know any better. They're about to go vote this damn white woman in there, thinking she's better than the white man. And on any day, everybody will know the oppressor's woman is worse than the oppressor. It's absolutely worse than the oppressor, and she's not going to do anything to help nobody. The broad done put on a damn accent talking to black people, then the same speech talking all proper. I couldn't believe this shit. I thought somebody AI the damn thing. I couldn't, they just do that AI where they show the celebrity, they'll say the first two words and they cut the pictures and there's the AI talking and they're saying some old wild shit and people believe it. I thought this thing was AI. I couldn't believe it. That's the person who trying to tell you they have a personal relationship. You have a personal relationship with Kamala Harris, Trump, anybody? Hell no. So why would the Lord be any less? They're just stupid and ridiculous. And now from there you could go anywhere with it.
Come on, the water, sir.
All right. No sweat at all. Any other questions? Or we good to go? Rebel Ridge. I know y'all done max out the whole Netflix. Y'all was coordinating, sharing the damn password over the past week, trying to see Rebel Ridge, right? Because y'all thought y'all was about to see nigger Rambo. y'all thought y'all were about to see a black man kill the whole town and come out on top. You didn't know it was a hook in the damn tail. I knew it from even before I see the damn movie. This was an election movie. It's a movie for the election. Damn near everything you're seeing right now is spun for the election. Even certain police situations right now. In DC, they just said this week, I don't know if you all remember this, this was about 2 years ago on Georgia Avenue, just around where Jefferson and 13th Street is, their cross on the backside of Georgia Avenue. This brother was driving a moped through DC. The police was chasing him. I don't know if you all remember that. They chased him through the alley. He came out on Georgia Avenue at the same time another car was coming. I think the car hit him and pinned him under the car. The cops took a little while. He ended up dying. This was about 2 years ago. Somebody Google it up and get the names for me, all right? the brother's mother was, very active about it because at the time, I think still now, DC has a no chase policy like in many cities. There's no chase. They hate all these young black boys driving these, two-wheelers and all-wheelers, ATVs and all that type of stuff. Sometimes the brothers do it in the summertime or if it's Labor Day or whatever else. And this brother was riding through and they say he was reckless, this, that, the other, but there are footage of them chasing him through the alley. What happened is these cops went and lied and said, I forget exactly what it said, but it came up with a reason why they needed to chase him. Whoever, go ahead, Shapak.
Two Washington, D.C. police officers were found guilty in the death of Karan Hilton Brown during a police pursuit on October the 23rd, 2020. Hilton Brown was driving an electric scooter without a helmet on the sidewalk when two Metropolitan police officers attempted to stop Hilton Brown.
Right. That's the clean version of the shit. They chased the brother all the way through. And for some of these cops, especially when they're not from DC, these oppressor cops, they're coming from Utah, Colorado, somewhere, and they're all jacked up. And this is like a game to them, like hunting, like, just, going through the concrete jungle and we're going to round these chimpanzees up. Go ahead.
Sir. Our watcher says, Mayor Bowser said no comment when his mother mentioned it.
Exactly. I was just about to go there. They had rallies and stuff, and the media was interviewing the boy's mother. Bowser came up there, not to the rally, but the media asked her about it because this case became kind of big because of the no chase policy, and they asked her if she spoke to the parents, and then she said yes, she did. And then they asked her something else again and say, well, what did you say to them, because they don't seem to understand what the hell is going on. And she immediately went off on the media. And I think the mother somehow say something and she disrespected the mother too, like, I ain't talking to you about that, something real crass, real like whatever, where she would never do that to black people. So of course this happened in 2020, height of COVID. Well, not height of COVID, the same year of COVID. In October, this week they say that they're charging them. Both cops is facing 40 years in jail. I think they're getting sentenced. I think they done found them guilty already. Why wait till now? Why wait till months before the election on a police killing, and they didn't even actually pull no triggers? This is all election. This is to drive the whole thing home of the race card and this and that. Everything from Sonia Massey all the way through. They was leaving. If you watch that tape, they was leaving the damn house. And that one cop went back and started to damn near Mac to her. So who are you living with? Is there anything else you want me to do? You sure? He was trying to get in the house. And even after outside with the other cops, he said, yeah, don't worry about it. I set that thing up real good on the body cam. So everything you see now this is election tactics and tricks. And Hollywood has long been in bed with certain government agencies, the FBI, the Pentagon, with making certain movies to get certain things driven socially, right? So this, come on.
That's a lot. So how you were saying that they think it's a game, game hunt us down. A friend of mine, we called him Chicken. His name's Terrence Sterling, and
I remember
2017. They chased him down with a motorcycle
on a bike,
and were given the order to stand down and stop, because it's a no chase order. They pursued him anyway. And then when he lost him, but he got away where they couldn't chase him no more, the officer rolled down the window from the side like Boys in the Hood, leaned out the window and shot him.
Listen, it was worse than that. They ran him over on the bike and pinned the bike under the cruiser. And while he is there, opened the door and blasted him. It was a white cop. I remember that good. I remember that, brother. And I think that happened right in the heart of DC on Mass Ave or New York Ave or something. Yeah, this was in the heart of DC. Yeah. So for them, this is not, they're not so gung-ho about, like Colt, that little, transgender, LGBTQ member who shut up the school in Georgia. They're not gung-ho about him. They're not gung-ho about, John T. Holmes, the Joker from our Colorado. They're not gung-ho about what's the one there from the church, the AME church? Little blonde hair boy who went in there for the church prayer and then shot everybody after.
Dylan Roof.
Dylan Roof. They're not gung-ho about that, brother, but they are excited over Tyreek Hill. They are excited. Like that cup needed to be put down, brother. Put down like a rabid dog. Not anybody go and do something to him. But like how a dog would be roaming and doesn't have an owner and wouldn't be brought to heed, you have to take him out. He had to be taken off that force. He had to be stripped. You send him for psych eval or something. Go ahead.
It's like if I could, those that Tyreek Hill situation, they're here because of him. They were there doing the crowd control because of the game, because of him.
Listen, I personally think they had a bet. I think them niggas had a bet, and they was just trying to make sure he don't perform so they could win, 50 over under whatever the damn DraftKings to say. I think they had a bet on that game. Who they was playing? Buccaneers or somebody? Who they was playing? Eagles. I think it was Eagles, right?
Salaki, Jacksonville, sir.
There was okay. I thought so what team is he playing for? And Miami was playing Jacksonville. Well, listen, now they had some kind of in-state bet, and that shit went left out. You get the point? This is election year. You're gonna see it. You're gonna see a whole ton of stuff happening, and these politicians are going to use every opportunity to maximize themselves. They're going to use our chaos. They're going to use what happens to us to maximize things that's going on. So, of course, this movie was very, very deliberate. And again, Hollywood is, playing us for a fool. The history behind this damn movie, they were going to start that the African one from Stu playing Star Wars, the one who think he Denzel Washington. He was supposed to be the guy. And something happened at the last minute, and it didn't work out. And this dude came at the last minute. The movie almost didn't happen, but they pushed it to happen because this was an election movie. This was that it's one of those things to continue to drive what they play on, which is the race divide. You get the point? They don't want Trump because he's too racist, but they could peddle the racism so they could, be politicians forever. You understand? So y'all get the whole premise of the whole movie. Let me know if any other questions come online too. All right, y'all get the whole premise of the movie. This brother supposedly was going to bail out his cousin on some minor drug charge. Right? Police corruption in a small town, and of course it starts off with the cops run him off a bike, search him down, seize his money. Seize all the money. For some reason, this brother has about 40K in cash going to bail a brother out with that the bail is 10K. Shit just didn't make sense from the beginning. All right, but it's a movie. We watch it. No problem. So they take all his cash, seize it, saying, well, the cousin was on a drug charge, so more than likely this money was drug money. We're going to seize this shit here. If you want to go get the money back, you got to go to court, blah, 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 blah. And it's, we'll go to racist South. I forget where it happened in the South. It was Alabama, Mississippi, somewhere. And he proceeds to get the full black treatment, full, hands down on the ground. I'm going to tase you. I'm going to do this to you, blah, blah, blah. To take his funds. He tries to get his cousin out of prison. Cousin, and he end up dying. I'm going to tell you all the whole damn thing. If you don't want to hear it, just leave the class, all right? Cousin end up dying in prison before the bail get to them, right? He made some deal with the sheriff, whatever. So now, as you're moving through, of course, the movie is supposed to give you that racial undertone, that tear jerk just 2 months before election. And don't be surprised, other movies come out like that too, right? But there's a deeper underlying theme in the whole thing. All right, it's very white supremacist, and white supremacy does not include white women. If you understand white supremacy is a male thing. It doesn't include white women. They'll go unalive you for a white woman, but it doesn't include her. She has zero rights with anything. It's damn near like she's oppressed under them too. I'm not saying this to say that she gets a pass. But I'm letting you know the whole spirit of white supremacy is that. So the undertone of it is this brother is coming to the rescue of his cousin. His whole main mission is this little cousin. He's ex-military ex-Marine Corps, some super duper special up G.I. Joe Rambo ass nigga, right? He ain't even staying in no hotel. He's staying out in the woods somewhere, camping on the damn top and just riding into town every day like nothing. You don't have no phone, don't use no phone, no bank account, nothing. Just straight up Rambo. And he's coming to save his cousin. He's preoccupied with this cousin. He has to save this cousin. He going, talking to the cops a certain way. And it's the whole thing of it is this cousin really is black people in America. It's your people. This is who we are on some bullshit charge, just being another number, being put into a system that's created by the oppressor. And the oppressor is there and just peddling black men into the system that's funding this small town, right? This whole town, by the end of the movie, you realize the town was bankrupt. And the whole thing with seizing the money was to fund the town. That's in the movie. Just take it a little bit bigger. This is America. They're using our bodies as batteries to fund this place. And without us, without oppressing us, they have no economy for anything. The police don't have a job if they don't seize money and just send brothers to jail for no reason. And because they're a small town, they don't have to report certain arrests. And if you know anything about the history of these small towns in Georgia and, in West Bumfuck somewhere, they could hold you just almost damn near indefinitely. If you know anybody who's from those type of small towns, you get arrested. It's not like you get arrested in DC and due process and you got to go see a judge Monday. You could be in there, a few weeks before you even see anybody. You get the point? You talk to anybody who's from that area, they'll tell you those stories are not uncommon. So first off, give me Jeremiah 15:5. All right. Also, to Bakwash, make sure you put a picture up of the thing up on the screen so everybody know who I'm talking about. All right? If there's any questions, please let me know.
Okay. Book of Jeremiah, chapter 15, verse 5. For who shall have pity upon thee, O Jerusalem?
Mm-hmm.
Or who shall bemoan thee?
Read it again from the top.
Come, sir. Book of Jeremiah, chapter 15, verse 5. For who shall have pity upon thee, O Jerusalem? Or who shall bemoan thee? Mm-hmm. Or who shall go aside to ask how thou doest?
Right? Who shall have pity on thee, O Jerusalem? Who shall bemoan thee? Who shall inquire for how you're doing? Nobody. Nobody is doing it. And the representation for sure, movie-wise, is all your so-called black leaders and activists who always try to come to your aid, in defense of, in the face of the oppressor. But what does the oppressor usually do with these organizations and groups and, whatever else? What do they usually do? Attack what? Your funding. They attack your money, pull your money out from under you, which is why Commander General YAHANNA takes no money from anybody. We do this thing on brotherhood and zeal first before funds even come into the thing. Funds is coming into the thing to damn near seal the damn breaches. It's like grout after you lay tiles. But this thing we build in here, we do this thing without money. We do it without money first. All right, go ahead. Grab the mic just so go ahead so everybody here.
Even what Kamashark was saying, even when the I.S.U.P.K is attacked, like here in DC, we were attacked, and then Indiana had a terrorist attack against them.
Right.
The FBI in Indiana and the police here asked us the same question. We're filing a complaint against someone. We were attacked, so we're filing a complaint. But they asking us, how do you make your money?
How do you make your money?
That has nothing to do with.
Yeah, exactly. That don't got nothing to do with whatever crime was committed. Brother, grab me, my brother. That don't got nothing to do with no crime. But you trying to fight on behalf of your people? Oh, we got to stop your food. We got to stop how you eat. Which is why the UPK, you have to do this thing from the shelter if necessary, from under a bridge. You're gonna have to be ready to do that because your people, brother, is worth more than any money. It's worth it. Money can't stop the train. It can't do it. That's an excuse for the politicians. That's an excuse for, you know, Black Panthers. Lord be with them. I understand they had love for black people and everything, but it can't stop. This thing is way more than that. The white man built America and was driving America forward without money. You go check it out. They was driving America forward without money. John Adams had to go and appeal to other countries to get money and get credit and do all kind of things to bring the money in. But the driving force was something different. And if you're going to have a rule over this oppressor, that thing can't get in your way. That thing cannot get in your way. Now, this is not an excuse to not pay your tithes. I'll pray the Lord break your damn pockets. Fractured. And that was Antonio Brown say, he ain't broke, he fractured. I'll pray he fracture you because you ain't paying tithes. So this is not an excuse not to pay tithes. But the what you see in here is the brother is representing like somebody who is trying to fight for black people, trying to get black people out of a bind that is just too much, too long. And they took his money because they know without the money, he can't do anything else, or he'll do something to compromise himself where he could end up in the same place. Go ahead. Make sure you have the mic.
Kind of, sir. So whenever you're ready, there's a question for a breakdown.
We'll get, is it on the topic? Because I done started. We'll get to it after. Just hold it. Just make sure we know where it is. All right. So of course, that's the premise of the whole thing. That's where everything starts. So he loses the money. He don't know what to do. So now he goes on to still campaign. He's trying to get his money back. He goes in there, scares them, let them know he's, you know, military this, military that. They had to look him up. They thought he was slight at first. Come to find out, this nigga, he'll kill you with a hairpin. Right? So his cousin end up dying in jail. Right? He never gets the bail. The sheriff tells him come at a certain time, he gonna see this cousin. He never gets, the sheriff jerks him around. By the time he comes, the sheriff then sends the cousin off. The cousin dies in jail because apparently he was a witness to some police, you know, misconduct. And he was a witness in a case. Once he went to jail, they found him, stabbed him up real good. And that's why the brother wanted to get him out in the first place, because he knew once he goes into prison, while he's waiting, because they didn't even try him, he's going to die. So, of course, they take his money. It's the whole white supremacist thing. They don't respect the brother, treated him like nonsense, trying to get him to go his way. After he dies, the sheriff who took all his money decided he was going to give him back money, give him back everything he took, and then a little bit more just to bridge the gap. Just to make it, you know, to make him whole again, to make him right again. He said, I can't bring back your cousin. And who gives a damn? Who cares? Who cares, nigga? Just never come back to this town. And he's running him off because this town is guilty. This town here is guilty. This particular city or town is not big enough for a city. Is fully guilty of drinking the blood of the Israelites, drinking the blood of black people and getting rich and getting, you know, wealthy over it. Give me that in Revelations 2. Our bodies lie in the streets, right? And of course, with Jeremiah, you could put a whole ton of stuff. You could put, you know, Deuteronomy 28 and 68 with that, where it says, you know, you'll be sold to a people far around this way, you'll never see it again, and no man shall buy you. No man shall buy you is an old expression for saying nobody will be able to redeem you from this situation, like with cash. Nobody would be able to pay this debt. Nobody would be able to pay the cost to get you out, save Christ. And that's really what he was trying to do in the damn thing. He trying to get this damn cousin out who he thinks is life and just made an error and needs a second chance. But this devil is the accuser. He's the one who's doing it. So it's on a spiritual level and just subconscious level. That's what I want to say. The subconscious level. This is about us in America. That's really what it is. It's a, you know, pretty semi-decent action flick if you're an action junkie. Good watch. But as you watch it, it's a lot going on in the damn film. All right? Go ahead, just going to say something?
Revelations 11 and 8. It's a line. Revelation chapter 11, verse 8.
What's up?
And their dead bodies shall
go ahead. Huh?
And their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, which is spiritually called Sodom and Egypt.
Right, their dead bodies shall lie in the city, in the streets of the great city, which is spiritually called Sodom and Egypt. And ain't that what happening with us right now? Literally and figuratively. Literally, our dead bodies is lying in the street, from Sonia Massey to that brother who just got on off in DC. You know, so many other people getting laid out all over the place. You know, the same brother 4 years ago we just talked about. That's literally and figuratively. Our dead bodies are lying in the streets. It's the Ezekiel, the valley of the dry bones. Like, we out here and we are literally the walking dead. We literally are the walking dead. Go ahead.
Where also our Lord was crucified.
Same place, exactly. Where our Lord was crucified, meaning these same heathens, they did to our king what they're doing to us as a nation. False charges, unfair charges, parading us before everybody, making an example, making mockery of us, and living fat off of it. And that's the premise of how this thing starts with the show, all right? Because what was going on in there? That was it? Any more?
No, that was about that last part. I was like, yeah, we got to be Israelite. This scripture alone is like, okay, we being killed just like Christ.
Christ was lynched. Christ was lynched like our brothers was lynched in the late 1800s. You know what I mean?
So there's Ru Alive says
who?
Ru Alive.
Ru Alive. You alive, Ru? Go ahead. What's up, Ru?
He says, or she, this person says, can you show me a religious text that's not created by man? Every religious text was created by man. This God created everything but can't write.
Ru, who are you asking to show you something? I just want you to answer that, Ru. Who are you asking to show you something? Answer that for me, Ru, and we'll get somewhere. In the meantime, okay, boom. So you see what's going on with Revelations, right? Just let me know when Ru replies, right? Okay. And Ru, you got to state where you're from too. I need to know. All right. So the sheriff gives him a ton of money, all his money back, and tells him he has to leave, trying to run him out of town. He agrees. Now, this is the kicker, right? As before his cousin dies, this brother went to the courthouse and met Sally. Sally's, little petite white thing, 5'4", got a little bob cut like she's Toni Braxton. And Sally started helping this nigga, talking real nice to him, old Southern country twang. Talking real nice and helping him out. And they damn near flirting at one point. Damn near flirting. On the flip side, he goes to the police station and his sister is in there. When I say his sister, meaning a black woman is in there. And she's the total opposite of Sally. She ain't loud and rude, but she ain't soft-spoken. She ain't all petite. She's a little on the bigger side, sitting down on the table, typing in the thing. And she listening to him, but she serves the oppressor. And she did not help this brother and could not help him and would not help him. That's America. That's America. That's us in America. Like, the show is so laden. And I'm wondering if these people who write these movies, how blind do they think we are? Like, how blind really do they think we really are with what they're showing us? Because other than that, what's the purpose of this? Is this a fictional thing? A fictional action flick? And if it's fictional, why he don't just kill everybody like John Wick? Why is he so much like reality? Like, why does this thing happen to us like reality? Because it's more real than fiction. It's telling you something. Go ahead, Bukwash.
Sir, he responded. He says, I'm asking you, every religious text was written by man. How can God create everything but right for himself?
Okay.
This God needed man. It wasn't for man writing the Bible. If it wasn't for man writing the Bible, how would you know about God?
Okay, and I'm asking you, who are you asking to give you an answer? You said you're asking me, all right? Okay, who am I? Who am I? Just answer it. Who am I? How can I? All right. So find me the picture too, but I don't know because you didn't see the movie yet.
Live, sir, but I have the picture.
Okay, you have the picture of him and the white girl?
And the sister.
And you have the picture of the sister, right? And he is getting action from the white girl at this point. He getting what they call it? Not juice. What they call it? Okay, he's risen. He's risen. She's zeroing. They're reflecting it back and forth, but it's subtle. And it's not sexual. It's not like, they're talking sexual. They're talking about the case. But there's a point in there where he's like, some. So you gonna help me? I just might. It's that type of interaction that he gets from her. And brother, she goes to town to bat for him. The sister, on the other hand, doesn't. The sister doesn't go to town to bat. Now, she's not rude and vindictive and evil, but she's concerned about her job. She's concerned about, just doing this job and pleasing the oppressor. Because when he went in there and said, listen, I'd like to report a robbery. He said, okay, no problem. Sit down. Tell me what happened. He said, well, he was about 6 foot something, 200 and some pounds. She's like, damn, you got a good memory. He said, thank you. And he said, yeah, okay, tell me what else. Well, his badge number was something. She's like, oh. Say, yeah, his badge number was something. I didn't catch his name, but his suspect number 2 just walked in, and he do this over his shoulder because the other cop who robbed him just walked in. And she looked up and she's like, oh my God, excuse me for a second. And she goes over to report to the oppressor, we have a problem, and it's this nigger. Not taking the case, like, what the hell? No, she's an officer too. She's a police officer, but she is their secretary for the whole show. She didn't make one damn arrest, doc. When the nigga come back in there and take over the police station, she is nowhere to be found. He put the 2 oppressors to sit in a chair, handcuff them, and he said, well, where's so-and-so? He said, tell her it's safe. She could come out now. So the oppressor called her. Let's say her name is Mary. He said, Mary, you could come out now. So I'm thinking Mary in some vault hideaway with a, shotgun. Mary comes crawling out the office like this on all fours. She works for the oppressor. The white man's trying to tell you, this is how I have your woman. Come on.
It's like, if I could, there was an interview with Captain Zarak and some of the brothers up in New York that interviewed a police, a cop,
sergeant or something like that.
Colonel McCann. And
I'll get another bottle of water and grab for anybody else who wants, all right?
And everything that you were saying about this sister, about the cop she's working for, like the answers that this cop was giving him was a whole lot of non-answer, like he was protecting the police force and giving a non-answer at the same time.
Okay, he was better than the sister. This sister was worse than that. She was not trying to defend nothing. She was just reporting to master. That's it. She was just reporting to master. She wasn't even offended they took his money. She wasn't. That wasn't her job. Her job was to serve those white men. She's the only female officer there. And she's black. Every other officer is white, and every other person with power in the town is a white man. Even the white woman who helping the brother, she ain't got no power. And she down there hate them. Right? Anything from Rue? Come on, Rue. Rue or Woo? Like Wu-Tang?
No, like RuPaul.
Like RuPaul. No problem. So Bakwash is a man after my own heart. Huh? See, Bakwash teaches some etiquette, brother. Two of us can't be disrespectful. Huh? One got to be, you get the point? Go ahead. Huh?
He says a man.
Oh, you're asking a man for the answer. So you asking a man about why another man doing something? Why you asking me shit for, nigga? You can't get the answer yourself? Huh? If God can't write the Bible for himself, you can't get the answer yourself. You need a man to ask to give you an answer. Is that what you're telling me, Rue? Rue, you need to call in, man. So Bakwash, put the number, let Rue call in. Because I can't believe somebody would type so much bullshit. It's easy to say bullshit because there's no hindrance. You know what I mean? Your mouth just flows like a tap. But To type something, you actually have to do this. You got to think it in your head and then put it down, and you're reading it. That's a lot of checks for you to talk so much bullshit, Rue. So you want to know why God needed man, but you need a man. Who are you to question God if you need a man? For you to question God, you got to be better than God. If God need a man to write and you want to question God, you got to not need a man for anything. And then you could question God, because now you could be like, well, why you can't do what I'm doing? I don't need a man to do nothing. Why you need a man? But you need a man to give you an answer about why God needed man. You're an idiot. You're stupid. You're stupid. You need a man to get the answer. You need another man to get the telephone number to call. You need another man to give you your phone connection with T-Mobile or whatever so you could call. Let's continue. I realize Ru don't want me to talk about Rebel Ridge, right? So where we reach now? So the whole dynamic with the white woman and the sister. You get the point? The whole dynamic with that thing is right. It's absolutely there. It's there. You're seeing it clearly where this white woman is trying to help him, and the sister is not really trying to lift a finger. Lo and behold, he starts feeling sorry for the sister. Sorry for the white woman. And he begins to do what? What do you think he begins to do? Y'all ain't following me. Come on, man. What do you think he begins to do as he... Remember, his brother is dead. He get all the money back. They tell him, leave town.
He started falling for the white woman?
Brother, he does worse than that. I was expecting him to fall for her and try to just, go and tear it up. Go ahead. What am I?
He gives her money and try to give her some authority in the town.
Brother, he goes back to her, brother, and becomes Superman. The whole movie that you expected him to turn the tongue upside down for his cousin, he turns the tongue upside down for her. But this is not about the cousin no more at this point. This is about her. Apparently she's an old meth head drug addict. The husband, he was an ex-cop, took the child from her, and she's, a recovering addict. And apparently they found out that she was giving him all the files and exposing what they was doing. So they snuck in her house at night and drugged her up real good. And of course, she get on the phone high saying, I need your help. And this nigga makes a U-turn. That U-turn was cold, Doc. He makes a U-turn in a truck, brother, and flies back to her house, Doc, to save America. And that's us in America. This is a drug-addicted whore who's getting beaten up by her white man, and we in the middle trying to save America. We shouldn't save her. Let that whole die. Go ahead,
Slugger. He was riding a bike to save his cousin, but drove a car.
Well, okay, they gave him a car by that point. The sheriff bought a damn truck for him because he had this mission. Him and his cousin was going to start a business. He got the truck and drove back, brother. And brother, all the violence that they showed in the trailer that you thinking is because of some racism is for a white woman. Like every piece of action, you see that part where they show where he grabbed the gun? We grabbed the sheriff gun. The sheriff pulled the gun and he grabs the sheriff gun and looking at the sheriff in the face. All that is for a white woman. Right? It's crazy. Yeah. It's absolutely crazy. This is us turning back to save this place. This is us getting the battery in our back that we're American and we're going to stand patriotic and we're going to save this place from all the what? Racism and all the white supremacy and all the unfairness. That's what Kamala Harris said last night. She said, we need better. The American public wants something that's better. We need more. We need to move away from the divisiveness and this and that. And black people is going to say, yeah, because why? We're fighting who? Who's when I say we, I'm talking about as the nation, not us in here. According to the politicians, who are we really fighting? Or what are we fighting against in this election?
Would it be racism or Trump?
What, racism is the what? Who? What's the who?
Donald Trump.
Trump.
Right.
Trump is a white man. That's white supremacy. He take the whole damn fight that was supposed to be for black people, and he's now fighting to save this town and deliver this town from the wretched, cruel, corrupt white male police officers. White male police officers. He goes on a whole campaign, brother, about old files and burning down the courthouse, and I mean really set the whole town up. But it's really her who did it. He was walking, his cousin got stabbed up, and they didn't put the cousin in witness protection. He told them, listen, I need him protected. He gonna die in there. They didn't do it. He took the money and bolted. The white woman called, and he was 10 hot, brother. He was 10 hot back for that town, and they got good hell. And that's we got to separate from this place because our love, we don't give our love to this place. We don't try to save this place. Come on, huh? You got the mic? Come on with it.
Come.
Take time.
And Jesus answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ, and shall deceive many. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled. For all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet.
Yep, and that's it. You get the point? Like, there's going to be certain things that's happening, and we can't afford to get caught up with it. We can't afford to, be scared of World War III. We can't afford to be, because these things that are happening for our freedom. And for the most part, being separate, we are not going to take part in it. And I was recently in the UK. I know you all saw all the fires and protests about the UK. And brother, the news was not showing you all what was really going on in that thing, brother. UK was literally on fire. UK looked like what you call them, Purge. See the movie Purge? You see like how it was just chaos. And brother, these devils burned down a police station and all. Burned the whole thing down. They razed the mosque. You know what raising a building is? Just break it down.
Raising means you're destroying it, making it into rubble.
Down to the foundation arc. These devils raised a mosque arc. They walking through the streets saying Allah, Allah, fuck Allah, who is Allah? And them Muslims is like, what do we do? And it's on tape. You know who wasn't affected? The Lord said, go down there and stir up the UK, but hurt not the curry goat and the hardo bread. The curry goat was not affected. The hardo bread, the red stripe, that was not affected. That jerk chicken, that oxtail. Hey, listen, we was like, damn, what's going on now? Hey, Karafi called me, say, hey, sir, I'm leaving slavery now. I'll go pick up my kids. I say, what's going on? They're sick? He's like, nah, the teachers and them say we closing the school called the EDL in town. I was like, what? What kind of bullshit is that? He's like, yeah, it's serious out here. I start getting more calls. And because they're closing down this, closing down that, because these Pakistanis and Arabs is, brother, shitting bricks. Because these devils is just going through the street and it's on now at this point. It's a wrap. It's not affecting us, though. It's not affecting us. There's some devil, I'm going to get the article for you all probably before the end of the class. 2 devils, one Jewish dude and one German woman did a study on that English Defense League, which is it's like what we have down here. It's like the Proud Boys. It's like a white nationalist movement, right? And did a study on them based on everything that's on their website and some interviews. And they said the EDL, and for most part, Britain's white nationalist movement is not concerned with non-Muslim immigrants. Like the news story here was making it seem like what's going on in England was white people against brown people, right? That's a lie. It says it. They're not concerned with non-Muslim immigrants. They said the Muslim immigrants trying to make England Muslim. They're trying to force Islam on them. They said there's non-Muslim immigrants that come and there's no problem. That's in the article. Who is the non-Muslim immigrants they're talking about? Pinky. What are we talking about? For one time, we are not the problem. It felt so refreshing to be able to walk everywhere and not worry about nothing. Not be concerned, because that shit is your problem. And of course, when before they would show you, all remember all the stories where they choked the woman out in the store and all the stuff we show. Guess how they're talking to us now? My brother, hey brother, Aki, brother, come here, brother. No, my sister, they're so nice, brother. I was like, well, this is probably how they felt for Purim when they wanted to kill us with Haman, and then the shit turned on them, and they all became, it's Shalom, brother. My brother, I was like, oh, brother, Jesus Christ, brother. It's gonna be a good day. Listen, that was good to witness, and that's coming here too. You just have to be separate from this place. You can't try to save it. This thing is far gone. It's too far gone for that. Go ahead.
God, and Barack Obama shot, because that feels good from when they was attacking y'all in the UK when they came in.
Oh, I forgot about that.
They attack y'all in the UK, and now look, they getting attacked.
Victory is sweet, eh? Justice is sweet. And they can't even call the cops now. The cops ain't doing shit because them white boys tearing them cops apart. Brother, there's a tape of cop riding a bike. The white boy just grab him, pull him off the bike, brother, and his licks, brother. I'm talking stones, brother. They put the cop in hospital out. The police ain't showing up. You can call 911 or 999 all you want, Packy man. You're done. You're finished. And on top of that, the Lord done bring a monsoon to Mecca. I think Islam is done. Islam is washed up. I think that's it. That's it. Y'all took a big L in England. Y'all thought you was ruling things. Y'all had a Muslim prime minister, a Muslim mayor. And now you can't even go pray to your God because of rain. You got to use an umbrella. I think the Lord has spoken. You get the point? And now we need to take that on our national level. We got to separate from this place and don't try to save this place. Don't try to save this place. Give me Isaiah 30. Hold on. Give me Isaiah 36. And 6.
It's like on top. It was a comment.
Come on, let's go.
Is ancient new? Why don't we? It says Proverbs 16 and 7.
Hold on, what's his name?
Ancients knew. Why don't we?
You'll be talking about our names. Go ahead.
He says Proverbs 16 and 7. When a man's ways please the Lord, he maketh even his enemies to be at peace with him.
Listen, now that's the key. That's a good precept. That's the key. I'll give you one more. When a man ways please the Lord, he said, how David said, he said, he make it a table for me in the midst of my enemies. Imagine sitting down and dining and watching your enemies just do it to each other. I mean, you're watching Rebel Ray Jack. I was there watching the news, like, even some jerk chicken there. Woo, boy, I'm like you're kicking your face, brother. Brother, there's a video I'm probably share it after the class in the airport in Manchester. These Pakistanis beat up these cops because when they're in big numbers, they think they're bigger and badder than everybody. And it was these two cops in the airport. Whatever was going on, I don't know what happened before, but the cops came to intervene, and they gain up in the face and all that. The thing turned into a whole brawl, and they broke this white woman's nose. She's a cop. Right? Because this swinging, they're up there doing the martial arts and the MMA trying to fight us, thinking they could train. Brother, that oppressor saw that woman's face and turned into something else. And more oppressors came and more came, brother. And they beat them Pakis down in the airport. And while he on the ground, while they have him in handcuffs on the ground, the oppressor turned around and kicked him in his face. A hard kick, like field goal kick in his face. But that was the first tape that made the news. So everybody is like, what the hell happened? And you should see the comments. The comments was all the Arabs is like, oh, we've never seen police brutality like this. And all the white people were saying, it's about time we get some cops with balls. Take our country back. Right on, officer. Good job. Put them in their place. And I'm like, I've seen those comments before. The next day, they had a lawyer up there, and the lawyer got on TV and said, yeah, what happened to our clients was very traumatic. And he said, to be honest, this is England. We've never seen police brutality like that. I said, you don't say. 2 days later, he retired from the case because the rest of the tape came out, and he was ashamed. I was like, it's good, because when it happens to us, y'all don't care. So go ahead, drink from this cup. Go on. Go on. Y'all want to be niggas, y'all want to rap and do all kind of dancing and shit, right? Drink from the cup now. It's good. And brother, this rebel rage it's to amp you up to fight injustice and all this type of shit, but not on behalf of your people though. It's on behalf of them, and they cannot be saved. Give me Isaiah 36:6.
Isaiah chapter 36:6.
Mm-hmm.
Lo, thou trusteth in the staff of this broken reed.
Say it again.
Lo, thou trusteth in the staff of this broken reed.
Right. We trust in the staff of a broken reed. A reed is like a stick you would use to walk. But it's broken, and we trust in this broken thing. So anytime we put weight on it, it falls apart. It falls out. And that's been our life forever. Like, we trust in this thing. They say they're going to do something, and it falls out. It falls apart. Damn near Trump quoted the thing last night. When Harris was talking about the abortion, reverting the abortion thing to the Roe v. Wade, and Trump said, hey, that ain't going to happen with these Democrats. They always deliver broken promises. He said, remember the student loans? And anybody who ever heard about that student loan plan they had, it was an absolute disaster. So much people got their hopes up about paying off the student loans and all that type of shit, and it was bullshit all from the Democrats. And Trump break the whole thing down and say, well, listen, that's going to be the abortion. If you think these people is going to do you right with the abortion thing, it's going to be a disaster. Now, I'm not campaigning for Trump. I'm just letting you know, this place, we can't trust in it no more. We can't put our weight on it. We can't think we're going to get by anymore. And that's what leaning on a broken reed is. Go ahead.
On Egypt, we're on, if a man lean, it will go into his hand.
Right. Go ahead.
And pierce it. So is Pharaoh, king of Egypt, to all that trust in him.
That's what happened. You get the point? We lean on this. We lean on this reed, on this staff. Like Egypt. We lean on Egypt. We lean on America. We lean on Britain. We lean on the Caribbean. We lean on this thing, thinking there's hope in here. We could put our hope in this. We could put all our eggs in this basket. And this thing is broken. It's like a broken stick. And as you lean on it, like you ever see people walk with an old stick? Or just like a crutch. Imagine the crutch under here, but the crutch broke. So as you lean on it, it breaks, and that broken piece goes up into you, or goes up into your hand. He's like, that's what it's like trusting Pharaoh. That's what it's like trusting Egypt. That's what it's like trusting America. And this devil, this brother here, he paid the price. He went back in there and for this white girl, and just to talk to her. He went in there, the house, he just talked to her, and she, she took a cold bath, made the bitch breakfast. She got up, he put her in an Uber or cab, she went to work. He leaves her house the next morning. Again, the undertones. And as he just pulling out, there's a cop in the damn trees watching. So the cop follows him out of town and pulls him over. Apparently, these cops are not running their sirens. And for whatever reason, the sirens are tied to the video cameras. So when they're pulling over people, they don't run the sirens because they don't want the video cameras to come on. And he said, I noticed you didn't run your sirens. Yeah, we didn't want the cameras to come on. And in 2 seconds, the cop threw a gun into the car and said he got a gun and pull it out and shoot him right there. Boom. And of course, the chase starts from there and he goes Rambo mode. But this is our life. That show is not just an action flick about it. You're watching everything about you playing out for entertainment in the theater. It's watching everything. And that's why it resonates with so much people, even though it wasn't about saving his cousin. Even though his cousin died in the first 20 minutes. That's it. The rest of the show is about him with this white girl. And most people are saying, oh, it was a good movie, was because it resonates so much because this is your life. This is your life. That's why there's a meme going about with the sister typing. And it's like, oh, when she found out what he was about, she was scared. And man, she came around. She helped him in the end. Because this is the life. He can't get help from his own sister, his own flesh. And this is the other thing. He gets the money. The money that he's getting, he's in business with a Korean in a restaurant or a Chinese man or some shit. That he's in business with some heathen that's funding the whole thing. Historically, what is that? You see, you're putting this whole thing together. It's a Chinaman who fought in World War II, not with America, but against. He has a business, but the brother is in business with him. He has shares in the restaurant, and the oppressor gives him the money. He calls the oppressor like Charlie's Angels would call the man. He say, yeah, so and so they took my money. I might need a line. I might need you to hook me up with 10 more grand. He say, okay, no problem, done. Like he's some old code, you know, and he's like, this is his cash pot. When he got shot, he went to the Asian man, and the Asian man pulled some doctor in to help him out. Or the Asian man was the medic. So like the Asian man is a medic and sews up his wounds. Historically, what is that? Well, you're supposed to know this one. Anybody? I'd try to bring some t-shirts or something here to give away. Go ahead, up.
So can I the first with like iron yourself, like iron yourself, like first like show you like the go be good here, but it's like there was something in it too.
Say that one more time.
It's like the first like iron yourself.
I ain't hearing that part you're saying.
Like iron yourself.
Iron rust. Okay. It's similar, but okay, that's biblically. What I'm referring to is there's an actual historic reference to this thing here.
You're not talking about like when black people like Martin Luther King and like other black leaders would accept money from like Russia or other China or other.
And who is Russia?
An American enemy.
And they're communist. The whole communist movement historically with us was Russia, China. Even with Britain, that's the history of the Pakistanis getting into Britain. Britain controlled India. It was a colony. And round about the time of the Industrial Revolution, there was a whole split. They split the country down the middle because there was a minority Muslim group. England sided with the Muslim group and started giving them power because they feared the communists was going to try to convert India into communism and they would become an enemy to Britain. That's how all of them end up in England. You get the point? They're going to cut deals with these oppressors. Historically, our activists and our civil rights movement and, you know, to a point to the Black Panthers was receiving funds from these heathens. Even some of them early members of the Black Panthers was Asians. You could pull it up, right? I ain't lying to you. Even some of the early members, straight up Chinese men up in there. You get the point? Historically, that's the thing, and this is his best kept secret. And the dude talking to him like a secret agent. Hey man, you compromised the thing. You told these cops about me, and they're here raiding me now. And he go back and talk in Chinese. Down. Yeah, man, I don't know if I could help you just now. Blah 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 blah. The whole thing it's way deeper than what you think it is. You get the point? It's way deeper. And come on, what you saying?
The Asian Black Panthers.
Oh, you all didn't know there was Chinese Black Panthers. You all thought it was just T'Challa. There's T'Challa and Ching and Chana. T'Challa, Ching, Chana, and Chong. Is the picture up for everybody to see?
I'm putting it up right now, sir.
Okay, the brother, y'all be thinking I'm lying up here. This is water, you know. Y'all know this is water. Y'all know this is water. I try not to go, get too wild up here with y'all. Let me know when it's up.
It's up, sir.
All right. Like historically, there's a whole link there. Like you mean to tell me he's ex-military and he's some super duper military ass nigga. Like this is the type of nigga you drop in the jungle with a few bottles of water and some chocolate bars and he'll take over the whole zone. Whatever, martial arts he was into, the whole premise of it is get close to your enemy and destroy him by any means necessary. Like not training with a particular weapon, but anything is a weapon. That's the whole motto of it, which is the Marine Corps code. That's damn near what the Marines is trained to do. Just get close and destroy. And he was so high and skilled in this shit. Like this nigga was secret agent, top agent, training everybody. And that's how he was able to take everybody out. And it's a throwback to how we are as a people here. We the warriors in America. We the ones who helped them in the World War, the Civil War. You know, that whole Civil War against Britain is a mixture of the slaves helping. That's how a lot of Judites end up in the Caribbean. They was promised free land if they would go fight for America. And then the Brits get used to it and they say, well, listen, we're going to do this. We're going to do that whole thing. We the warriors, we the ones who are far above them, and they the ones who beneath us. They the ones, you know, that's it. It's that whole Jacob and Esau thing come back to light. All right. Read 36 and 6 one more time, please.
Isaiah chapter 36, verse 6. Lo, thou trusteth in the staff of this broken reed on Egypt, whereon if a man lean, it will go into his hand and pierce it. So is Pharaoh, king of Egypt, to all that trust in him.
Right? This is Pharaoh, king of Egypt, to all that trust in him. And that's what we are. Like that whole rebel ridge. Why they call it rebel ridge? I don't even understand. If anything, it's telling us to rebel against the Lord. It's telling us to, you know, we fight for justice and equality in this place and all that type of thing. When this is not that. This is not that type of thing. You got to be real clear-minded and sober-minded in this time that we're in right here. Yeah, I mean, this election looked like it's the last election for America. It looks like, brother, if it lasts 4 more years, I'll be shocked. This thing here, look, you see, they have a ton of female mayors all over America. I don't know if you all noticed that. There's a ton of female black mayors all over America. And this has started about 10 years ago, right? Those small hats have something called gradualism, where when they want to make shifts in society, they start to gradually introduce the ideas first. Then they start to gradually put it into physical play. You know what I mean? So right now, you know, ain't nobody sweating a female president. 8 years ago, that shit was not. They tried it before. Remember? Yeah. With who?
Hillary Clinton.
They tried with Hillary Clinton. That was 2016, right? And the public was like, I'll take my chances with the white boy. She's like, your husband stepped out and you ain't that good, bitch. you ain't. Monica Lewinsky? That bitch feels like a pit bull. You couldn't compete with that, and you want to say, they said Trump. We'll try you. We'll try you. Go ahead.
Yeah, I want to say how you gonna be the head of the head of anything? You're not good at it.
Damn shit. It took a while, but it made it. It was a slow train one, but it made it. They tried it before, and the public wasn't ready for it. Was not ready for it at all. Now, it don't matter who they put up there. It doesn't matter who they put up there. This is an old flippy, floppy white woman who pretending to be black, you know, with Indian ancestry and come from rich Scottish slave masters. I don't know if you all know that. Her forefathers owned slaves in Jamaica. That's how she got there. Right? She wasn't like a poor Indian. This is a white woman. Her father's side is white from Scotland. Go ahead.
I believe he's Irish.
I believe Scotland, one of them places that too rich for niggas. It's Salakia. But her people had slaves. They owned plantations and shit. This is who is in charge, who openly prosecutes black men. We read the article recently about how the brother who was innocent, he was an actor. He went on to act in a few movies in Hollywood. He started a movie called The Last Black Man in San Francisco or some shit like that. He had a case against him and he was innocent. And she was the prosecutor on the case. And at his sentencing, she smiled when he got his years. She looked at him and smiled, like smirked at him like, nigga, I got you. You know what I mean? This is a woman who she has zero self-esteem and has she has a chip on her shoulder for power where she needs to be, you know, seen a certain way to compete with men. Right? She has to be seen a certain way. I think she recently made some statement, it could be last night too, about how she would what was it she said? It was something with the dress code or how she had to be because she's up here with all these men and she's the only woman in that field. And she understands that part, which means she's always going to overcompensate for everything. Brother, you better come into Israelite School or UPK before November 4th. And if you make it, the Lord is so merciful. If you don't make it by that time, no problem. You have until inauguration. But after that, brother, if you're not up in here under the protection, under the altar of the Lord, you are free game for this brother. It's going to be like shooting fish in a barrel for her. She is going to make her name on black men. Y'all think Sleepy Joe was bad? It's going to be rough with her. It's going to be rough. You're not choosing the lesser of two evils. At this point, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who. You get the point?
Right.
So, of course, long story short, he goes to town for the oppressor, tears up the whole place for this girl who's a drug addict and some hoe. And, you know, that's the movie. That's the whole thing. This is your life that you're seeing. And there's so many more scriptures that I could go into about it. But this is your life. Even down in the end, brother, there's some cop who gets shot in the leg. He bleeding out. He in the front seat. There's another thing. They kidnap the girl, drug her up. They're about to go, you know, off her. They're gonna put her down. He kidnaps a cop. About to put the cop under. The cop say, please don't do it, man. We're not all like that, you know. He said, we're not all like that. Have a family, man. We're not all like that. So now he found an ally in the fight. He finds a whole ally, and in the end, he's just, you know, he's saving this town from the injustice and blah, blah, blah. He did not go to town for his people. Now, again, movie's a good movie for action, but there's so much you could unpack from it and understand what they're trying to do to you subconsciously in this place, which is to make you forget about the pain of your people. You look like today's 9/11, right? I'm sorry, Patriot Day. They don't change the name. They change the name of the thing and they call it Patriot Day. Patriot Day. And it's like so much, you know, stories you're hearing about it and, you know, how it affected everybody and changed the trajectory of their life and this and that. And they want you to forget about your pain. They want you to forget about what happened to you. And they want you to be concerned with the injustices that happens to America. That's what they want. Give me Mystery Babylon. Give me that in Revelation, I think 17. All right. Bukwash, line up that other question too that you have. Give me 17 and 1. Start at 1.
Revelations chapter 17, verse 1. And there came one of the 7 angels, which had 7 vials, and talked with me, saying unto me, come hither. I will show unto thee the judgment of the great whore that sitteth upon many waters, and whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication, and the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of her fornication. So he carried me away. So he carried me away in the spirit.
Hold on, let's skip up one more. Read from 1 again.
And there came one of the 7 angels, which had 7 vials, and talked with me, saying unto me, come hither. I will show unto thee the judgment of the great whore that sitteth upon many waters.
Right, the great whore that sits upon many waters. This here is America in the Bible. This here is America in the Bible. The great whore that sits on many waters is literally in a biblical reference to that Statue of Liberty. That Statue of Liberty, they call her Lady Liberty, standing there with that torch. That statue is that statue in the Bible. If anybody ever wanted to know and ask and see America, this is another reference from it, because this is a statue I think France gave to America as a gift, and say this is the symbol of America, the spirit of America, right? And they take her and put her out on the water, sitting on the water, symbolic of America, sitting on many waters. The waters represent what? Who knows? Different people and nations, like from sea to sea, sea to shining sea. The waters represent nations, and America sits on top of a lot of nations. On top of a lot of nations, that's how they're able to enforce trade embargoes on Russia. And that's how they're able to cut off Palestine and support Israel, because they sit on so many nations all over the place. You get the point. That's how they're able to make a deal with United Nations and NATO to send Kenyan military people to help police Haiti. Like, you could send a contract over there when you have an immigrant problem, right? They want jobs. Why not just let the tribe of I.S.U.P.K go do it, or El Salvador, or other Haitians or Benjamites? Why you got to get the Kenyans? Because they sitting on so much waters. We're not going to let the slaves help the slaves. We're going to bring in more oppressors to help you. And this is what you're going to read about here. This is the judgment of that whore that sits on many waters. Go ahead.
With whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication, and the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of her fornication.
And that's what you see in that damn movie. And this is her. That's that broad there who high on that heroin. She high, but he drunk with whatever it is to go save her. He drunk, he go back in there, get shot, risk dying, all kind of shit to save this broad. And this is America. Like, you drunk on the wine of her fornication. Like, she went and get high herself. She went and get that damn child. She went and get ran through by them white men. That ain't your problem, nigga. You could have left the town. She called you and you spin right back around. The first scene, she asked him, she said, "Can I get your number?" He said, "I don't give that out. I ain't got no phone." She said, "Well, how am I supposed to do it? I'll meet you back right here." After, when he leaving town, he's like, "Here's my number." She said, "I thought you don't give your number." "I'm giving it to you." Pussy. This is trying to get you in that whole thing of don't see color, don't see race, don't see this, this is about justice and equality for all, but not for your people though. Keep going.
So he carried me away in the spirit into the wilderness, and I saw a woman sit upon a scarlet-colored beast, full of names of blasphemy, having 7 heads and 10 horns.
And that's what he saw. He saw this woman on this beast, and this woman is America. And that's why the broad in the movie was the prime thing to save, and poor woman, and look what they're doing to her, and this, and her own men doing her that, man. Goddamn. Her own men doing her that. What the problem is? Why you ought to get involved? But this is the rhetoric they want in your spirit. You had to get involved. You have to save this place. Go ahead.
And the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet color, and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls, having a golden cup in her hand, full of abominations and filthiness of her fornication.
If you ever wanted, this is a precept for them purple pigs, them purple faggots. They whores, because in the Bible, there's two main people who willingly put on purple, and that's Lazarus, the rich man, and this whore here. Christ did not willingly put on purple. Christ was put in purple as a mockery. He didn't willingly put that shit on. That's like if you go to jail and you wearing that orange jumpsuit. You ain't wearing that because you like that shit. Right. They put that on you. And then somebody would be like, "I wear orange because my father wear orange." No, nigga, he didn't. That's not his color. That's not what he wants. He would not want to be in that boring ass bullshit. So in the Bible, there's only two people who willingly put that purple on. That's Lazarus, not Lazarus, the rich man, and these hoes. You get the point? This hoe right here, arrayed in purple, sitting on the top, the king of fornication, the queen of fornication, sitting on the top with gold and full of abomination and filthiness, just like them purple sodomites. Full of abomination and filthiness. Go ahead, brother behind you. Passing on.
And then in the Apocrypha, the Greeks and the Romans, when they found an Israelite who they can have to be their puppet or to be their slave, they will award him gold and purple.
Gold and purple. Where's that in the Apocrypha? Baruch or something like that?
I'll pull it up.
Pull it up here so that the brothers could get that precept too. That's a good precept. Where that was a reward from the Romans for being a sellout. You get the point? And the point here is this woman here was made to be looked at as attractive and glorious, just like the movie. She's studying to be a lawyer. She 1 year away from being a lawyer, and she's clean, and she all this for her little girl, and blah 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 blah. And he grows a heart for her. But he didn't care about that big sister. Let all that good meat go to waste. I look at that elbow. I know she could cook her. I know she could whip up a pot. That skinny ass broad can't do nothing but give me heroin. Nothing.
Right.
But he looked at her like she was worth saving, like she was worth risking his life for. Absolutely crazy. Keep going.
And upon her forehead was the name written, Mystery Babylon the Great.
Mystery. It's a mystery because you can't really tell what the hell going on with this broad here. It's confusing. It's a mystery. It's not all the way clear. Babylon the Great confusion, the great city of confusion. Go ahead.
Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots.
The mother of what?
Of harlots.
The mother of hoes. You can't be taken with a hoe. You can't have that spirit. You cannot be taken with that type of woman. And America is the mother of hoes. It's the mother of it. You could get seduced easily into this thing, like the brother got seduced in that damn movie. Right, go ahead.
And abominations of the earth.
And all the abominations of the earth. That's the oppressor. Y'all could read on for sure. This whole chapter is good. Revelation 18:4, come out of her, my people, that you don't take part of her plagues. That's the root of that movie. Come out of her, separate from her. Don't get down with her. She cannot help you. It's only going to hurt you. Of course, let me get that last question there. I think we're right on the time. Come on, let me know when you get the precept, right? You found it? Go ahead.
The book of First Maccabees, chapter 1, verse chapter 10, verse 20.
Mm-hmm.
Wherefore now this day we ordain thee to be the high priest of thy nation, and to be called the king's friend. And therewithal he sent him a purple robe.
Oh boy, say it again.
He sent him a purple robe
and
a crown of gold, and required thee to take our part.
Mathaya, you need to make a clip as the brother reading this one. I'm gonna have him start it over. I want you to. What the fuck is that? Who's that?
The song, Look at the Coons.
Y'all tripped me out there, Salakia, brother. I be dealing with too much of these damn power. Click these articles. I trying to read an article today from Trinidad, brother. They say last night some gunmen went and execute a whole family looking for the brother, looking for one brother. There's a mother, the father, the mother. He had two sons. They won one of the sons. He ain't dead. They don't know where he is. They kill everybody. I'm like, ain't that some lynching ass shit right there? And we don't understand that we just becoming the oppressor. We just becoming him for no reason. And I guarantee you when the story break, what's the reason they want to kill so much for? Nothing. Nothing. A missing drug deal. Somebody say something about somebody woman. Some bullshit. Ain't got nothing to do with nothing. And everybody Christian or Muslim. Everybody Christian or Muslim in one of these religions that don't give you no gravity of any situation. You can't not be emotional in anything at all. You just destroy everybody. Absolutely crazy. I'm trying to read the article, brother. I had to cancel over 15 pop-ups. Just So I hear this music. I was like, what the fuck is going on here? You know what I mean? Go ahead.
Come, sir. Book of 1 Maccabees, chapter 10, verse 20. Wherefore, now this day we ordain thee to be the high priest of thy nation, and to be called the king's friend, and wherewith he sent him a purple robe and a crown of gold, and require thee to take our part and keep friendship with us.
Right? They wanted him to be friends with Rome, and they dressed him in purple and gold, just like them purple Sodomites. What happens? Like your mic is out. My own dead. Hold on. See if I can get a little bit of juice. We almost done. You back up? Go on, sir. Sure. Come on. It's just this one. Hold on. I got you. Yeah, we're gonna just use this one here for now. All right, so water to work.
That's on the last right.
This nigga, this motherfucker. Go ahead. Right. So what is going? My friend, you could use that precept and show them purple sodomites, right? And explain, you cut it up however you want, but the point of it is they were given that by the oppressor because the oppressor wants them to be their friends. That's why they hate black people so goddamn much. They hate it. I guarantee they'd watch that movie and be like, yeah, they're supposed to kill that nigga. They're already supposed to kill him. How he could go in there and take over the town and blah, blah, blah. They hate black people so much. All right? Let me get that last question there.
KN says, Shalom, sir. Can I get a breakdown on Micah 5:5? Because an Old Testament Israelite said to me that it's not Christ, it's Hezekiah, because Christ wasn't out peace when the Assyrians came into the land. Micah
Old Testament Israelite said what?
Said to me that that's not Christ, it's Hezekiah.
Okay, and they're asking if this precept Micah 5:5 is Christ. Okay.
Well, he's asking for a breakdown on it because he's saying that's not.
Okay. They're saying that. Okay, let me see if I get the precept. I might need a refresher on this. I'm letting you know from in front, but let me see if I remember it. Pull it for me. Micah 5:5.
It's Micah 5:5. And this man shall be the peace when the Assyrians shall come into our land. And when he shall tread in our palaces, then shall we raise against him 7 shepherds and 8 principal men.
Hold on. Micah, I'm in Malachi. Salakia. Read it one more time.
Micah 5:5. And this man shall be the peace when the Assyrians shall come into our land. And when he shall tread in our palaces, then shall we raise against him 7 shepherds and 8 principal men.
Okay, and who said that this was Christ?
Well, he asked for a breakdown. He said because OT said that's not Christ, it's Hezekiah.
Okay, you'll have to explain to me where you get from that this is Christ. All right. For time's sake, I might have to deal with this next week. Right, I'm gonna have to get a refresh on this and ask the general myself. All right, but you gotta explain to me why you think this is Christ first. Like, what are you basing it on? And then I could let you know, because it could be precept on precept for sure. All right, I ain't gonna say nothing that I ain't been taught. I'm gonna try to get clear for you, and then take it from there. All right. Yeah, you had to explain to me why do you think this is Christ. All right. I can't say for sure this is. I had to get the breakdown, but there's millions of, I told like I pick up Trump, yeah, forgive me. millions and millions of other precepts that says that Christ is in the Old Testament. It mentions him. It talks about him. It refers to him. And trust me, I know the precepts are the best. There's no other precepts like that in the world. Everybody knows it. They know it's the best. It's millions and millions of them. I just ain't sure about this one right here. All right. So don't sweat it. Come to the next class. You can even ask this tomorrow. Scripture breakdown. I'm going to try to get your answer for you for next week. All right. Bukwash, that's it. Any more?
There's another question.
What about Rue? Rue done?
No, he has some other stuff to say.
Yeah, let me hear the bullshit. Let me hear the tripe, the diarrhea he talking.
He says it's funny when people say don't put your trust in man but in God. Well, man wrote the Bible, so you're putting your trust in man. You're putting more trust in man than God because this guy didn't write anything down.
Yeah, but you are going to trust a man to give you the answer. If the Lord is funny, then you hilarious. If that makes the Lord funny, you shouldn't be asking me shit, nigga. You should already know that for yourself, or you should be talking to God. But you trying to say the Lord is funny because he needs a man to do things when you need a man to do things. Right. You need a man to understand what's going on. You need a man to give you the answer. And when I give you the answer, you're going to trust the answer that a man gives you. What's your problem? Rue, are you LGBTQ? That's what I need to know. Go ahead.
They kill me when they say that because every single thing that they know and they trust came from a man.
I guarantee you, Rue like Tesla's. You know what Tesla is? The name of a man. I mean, goddamn, like what's your problem? You really just don't want to stop doing what you're doing, and you better stop. I can tell you that shit. I seen some horrible shit on the internet. I don't want to share them type of shit, but I shared it last week, brother. And I hope you brothers, stomached up and looked, because this was a medical share. It was medical. This was a medical scare. We used to have a good sign for AIDS and STDs from the LGBTQ community in the camp. I think we still have it in the camp, and it shows all the sores and how they dry up with the AIDS from the lifestyle they live. And that post was that. I hope it could scare the hell out of you, because whatever you're doing, Rue, you need to stop it. You need to stop that nonsense you're doing and blaming man for something. Blame yourself, you lustful nigga. Go ahead, Doc. Last one and we done.
Corral says, Salaki, sir. If it's possible, can I get a breakdown on Ecclesiastes 5:13? Mainly the word hurt at the end. Why?
Okay, let me try it.
It's Ecclesiastes 5:13. There is a sore evil which I have seen under the sun, namely riches kept for the owners thereof to their hurt.
This is excellent. Which one is this? Ecclesiasticus what?
Ecclesiastes 5:13.
Ecclesiastes, right? Go ahead.
There is a sore evil which I have seen under the sun, namely riches kept for the owners thereof to their hurt.
All right, who understand? Come on.
If I could. So is it saying Diddy?
Yeah, that explains a little more, because people hear Diddy and think something else.
Concert. Well, most likely he was an evil bastard before the money, but when he got the money, he thought he could just do anything he wanted, and he basically destroyed himself and keeping those riches.
Yeah, okay, it is that, and not just him. This is really every Christian. This is every Christian. I think that might explain it a little bit more, right? There's a sore evil which I've seen under the sun, namely riches kept for the owners thereof to their hurt, right? So now there's and read the next verse.
Verse 14. But those riches perish by evil travail, and he begotteth a son, and there is nothing in his hand.
Right, but those riches perish by evil travail or evil work. There's something called. Go ahead and come, man. I might have to pass this on just so you get Shapak real quick. I might have to go back and forth, or you could probably see if you could put the two mics. I don't know.
Yeah, I was gonna say what it just sounds like is just being rich and not sharing with your people, or you just keeping it, and then you do something evil and lose your money, and then you don't have, and then when your money is gone, when you die or your money is gone, you have nothing to pass on to your children.
Yeah, it's you onto it with that too. Read the verse above it.
To what? Verse 12. The sleep of a laboring man is sweet, whether he little or much.
Right, so break down that part. The sleep of a laboring man is sweet, whether he eat little or he eat much. Go ahead.
It's like I would say that that a laborer man he can sleep well knowing that he actually did work. No.
This ain't got nothing to do with sleeping well. He can sleep well. It's different. Go, the sister wanted to take a shot. Meet him on the side here. Go ahead.
I don't know if this is off or not, but does this have to do with like blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans like not tithing, not giving the money to the UPK?
For that, but not the sleep part. Okay. But I see what you're saying. The other part with the money, right? Because that money should be coming in here, but they're using it for everything else. They're using it for everything else. You know, everybody mourning over Rich Homie Quan, right? When he first come out that type of way, he wasn't getting high. Didn't have enough money for all that expensive ass drugs, though. Get the point? Sometimes that poverty keep you alive. Sometimes that poverty makes sure you don't have access to certain shit that you will have access to. You get the point? But not that part. I want the part where it says, the sleep of a laboring man is sweet, whether he eat little or much. And just get here for time's sake. A laboring man is what? It's labor, strenuous work, right? The sleep of a laboring man is sweet, whether he eat little or much. If he eat little or much, what is that talking about?
His wages.
Come on.
Hey, I mean, like.
What about his pay? What about it?
What he earns.
So break it down.
He sleeps well, knowing he got what he earns.
Not that he sleeps well, because when you say somebody sleeps well, what does that mean?
They don't have any troubles.
And that's not it. Go ahead.
Right. So the sleep the sleep is sweet. The sleep is precious. It's like, we were slaves and we couldn't, after being in a cotton field, we couldn't wait to go to lay down.
Go lay down. You're tired. So whether you eat little or a lot, whether you have a big wage or small wage, at the end of that labor, whoo, that bed is like gold. Not that you're sleeping well, but you done worked hard. Brother, the young brother in the car, he knocked out. They saying he was unconscious or something, or unresponsive. Right. Because he was sleeping sweet. He was gone. Park that bitch up somewhere. He had that blicky on his lap because he know how DC is. And he gone. Mind your business, man. You going to respond to him and you all guns pointed in. For what? His sleep was sweet. Whether he had little, he could not go home and sleep in a bed, or he had a lot. That sleep was sweet for him. He was a laboring man. Laboring, he was working hard. He died in the work uniform. Probably in the work car. That's what I need to see. Them DC cars is all white with the DC something. That's his plate. There's a white car. I just need to see if he was in the office when you all killed him. Because you're some bastards. Right? The sleep of a laboring man is sweet, whether he eat little or much. But the abundance of the rich will not suffer him to sleep. All them cops was abundantly rich. They're so rich, they could all gather together for this one man sleeping. They don't need to go earn a wage by stopping real crime. But they got it made so, we could all come here and waste people's time. And they would not allow him to sleep. Right? To the brother who asked the question, who it is? Corral come. You go look up that brother who got shot a couple of days ago in DC in his car, working for DC government. Got shot to death while he was asleep. He just woke up from sleep. Right? Then it says, read on verse 13.
There is a sore evil which I have seen under the sun. Namely, riches kept for the owners thereof to their hurt.
Right? There's a sore evil. The riches kept for them owners. to their hurt. They just want to get the rich get richer. They're just keeping it and keeping it. But that riches is going to be their downfall. It's going to be how things grind to a halt. They're talking about all that taxes last night and who gets taxed and the rich and the poor and this and that. Ain't no problem. That shit gonna come to a halt. And we're gonna see what it is at that point. Go ahead.
Verse 14. But those riches perish by evil travail.
But those riches perish by evil travail. Trump was big bad kahuna in 2016. Earlier this year, Trump was on TV asking to donate $10 to the campaign. Same thing with Kamala. And you all get them emails? You all didn't get them emails. Come on, tell them about the email, the comment. Tell them about the gun line, boss. Go ahead, you can shout it from there so you have it.
Basically, she was just emailing everybody and random people, citizens and streamers and celebrities was coming online saying, why is she contacting us? They were getting text messages and emails saying to support her campaign.
And support meaning what?
Donate.
She was panhandling on the internet. She was panhandling on the internet. They both was asking for money. I thought it was just rich a while ago. A ton of money. Billions and billions of dollars. All that should go away from their evil work. Right? Go ahead.
Verse 14. But those riches perish by evil travail, and he begetteth a son, and there is nothing in his hand.
If that's not the Bible, if the Bible's not alive, I don't know what is. Joe Biden has a son, and that nigga going to jail. All of that money he have could not help him. He tried to hide the computer. They tried to hide the computer, Hunter Biden. They try to make them files go away. Trump talked about it last night. He said, how is this Biden family getting money from China and Russia and this? And you all talking about me when they're getting money. You talk the truth. Hunter was getting money from Russia, from all them Russian families and the ambassador in Moscow. That's what he called the laptop. Remember they saying they want his laptop? They kept that laptop away from the media because that have all the deals on it. And all the coke he was snorting on the horse he was effing. And the gun he went and buy. If he was broke, he couldn't buy all that coke. He couldn't buy them guns. He couldn't buy them whores. And he surely couldn't talk to rich Russia for money. That's the evil that comes with, that evil money, that evil men. This is what happens. Sometimes poverty will save your life. Thank the Lord for the little you have and go and sleep sweet, nigga. And pay your tithes with the little you have. That's it. Pay your tithes with the little you have and thank the Lord. The scriptures say, give me let me close with this. Give me Revelation. So Korah, Lakam, I hope you understand. Give me Revelation 2 and what's his 9? Give me Revelations 2 and 9.
Revelations 2 and 9. I know thy works and tribulations and poverty, but thou art rich.
Mm-hmm. Read it again.
I know thy works and tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich.
Right, that's what the Lord is saying. That was Christ is saying. And he's saying this to the nation of Israel. I know thy works and thy tribulation, thy labor, everything we go through. Christ knows it. Don't think the Lord don't know it. Don't think he don't see it. Go through it. Go through it, nigga. Go suffer through it. Ain't no sweat. Go through it. He understands it. But he says what? But
thou art rich.
But thou art what?
Rich.
But thou art what?
Rich.
And this ain't talking about the money we have. This is talking about that other thing we have, which is being an Israelite.
Right.
That's wealth beyond wealth. It's riches beyond riches. We don't understand it because we so goddamn carnal. But right now, any one of y'all could go to a city where Commander John Yohanna built a school and will not have to worry about where you eat, where you're sleeping, where you're eating, where your children gonna stay, who gonna pick you up from the bus station or the airport, and you ain't never have to meet or see a nigga in life before. That's wealth, Ark. That's wealth. Right. I saw Putin traveling recently. Brother, you should see the sky when this nigga traveling, Ark. It's about 15 planes surrounding his plane. When he go, because he has to take brotherhood with him. You could just go to a city and say shalom. You sister, they go in every city, everywhere. Girls trip, woo, girls trip. I've seen them all over the place. We drive in here, 95 north, 85 south. And they go in everywhere. And the shalom says, no sweat, go ahead.
But thou art rich, and I know the blasphemy of them that which say they are Jews and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan.
You understand? I've never heard the scripture anywhere else in life but the Israelite school or UPK. Candace Owens they ain't gonna want to say it. That broad stole from the school, and she needs to pay tithes. She needs to pay tithes, and she only mad because the same Jewish man done turned on her. The same Jewish man who put her up in PragerU and all this type of thing and gave her own show, he done turned on her, just like America would turn on all of us. You can't marry your way out this nation. You can't marry your way into riches. We the rich of the earth. We the economy of the earth. We would drive this place. All our entertainment, our dances, our music, everything we do, they turn it into a commodity and monetize it. Everything we do. Every single thing we do. You're watching that TikTok, the whole TikTok craze with the dances. That thing comes from the whole Vine culture. And that Vine culture comes from where? Who knows? That whole, you remember Vine? Where that Vine culture comes from? Let me see if you're really in touch with who you're supposed to be in touch with. Where did that come from? The whole Vine thing of, what used to be on Vine? Give me some examples.
Skits with like little short comedy, short dances.
Short dances, comedy, jokes, something happening.
Oh, that's the corner store.
That's the block that all of y'all grew up on. Right. That's the bleachers after the game. Y'all go play basketball. I'm from the Caribbean. We go play that football. Around about 7 when the lights go off. Everybody in that stands there and talking shit in a wet shirt, wet shorts. Whoever just leading back, mosquitoes biting you, and it's joke and Jones and all kind of funny dancing. That's that. And somebody just eventually filmed it with this technology and be like, what if these niggas is entertaining? And we do it on a daily basis. Right. And sometimes one joke is so good, all the next week your stomach hurting you if you think about it. And some devil said, if we could capsulate them moments and sell it to the world, we'll be rich. And that's your Vine and that's your TikTok. We the rich ones, Imagine we were separate. White men would never know how to dunk. White women would never know how to twerk. They would never know how to look fly. They would never, all this bra. They would never be talking like that. They'd be dead. It'd be dead and boring and just nothing, because we the rich ones. They could steal from us and we'll just go create some other shit. That flyer, that's just better. They stole from Kanye West, right? Nike stole the Yeezy Red Octobers. You all remember that? They stole that. He just went to another company and made $500 million. That's it. With a shoe that looked like the nigga from Alien Nation. And then they stole that. And then we'll just go do something else that's even more crazy. Like what you talking about? We are rich, not you. We have wealth that you can't steal. We have wealth that you can't reproduce. Like that thing is in us. You take an idea, it's the money in that don't finish. Because you the evil of the earth. And you evil travail. And you work us to the bone because you're trying to get out of us what comes to us naturally. You get the point? With that, I'll pass the class over to Priest and Officer SHALAM.
I.S.U.P.K security announcement. With I.S.U.P.K out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, and the Commander Jimmy YAHANNA. Rules for new brothers and sisters. Rules for new brothers and sisters. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They're to be saluted only. They're here to share themselves with the world. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After the 6 month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. You can find this in the book of Numbers, chapter 18, verse 21, and the book of Malachi, chapter 3, verse 8 through 10. Means tenth in Hebrew and it's pronounced I.S.U.P.K. 10% of every penny, any increase the Lord gives you, get it to the Treasury Department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory, whichever amount you like to give. Upcoming Holy Convocation, memorial blowing of trumpets, first day of the 7th month, Wednesday the 2nd of October, 2024. You can find this in the book of Leviticus, chapter 23, verse 24 through 25. We also got the final cookouts coming up. We got the West Coast cookout in Southern California, September the 26th through the 29th, and the down south Houston cookout, October the 31st through November 3rd. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you get your hotel reservations and book your flights and go make sure you go party the cookouts. They're always live. Also, we got the Lord's 56th annual Passover, April the 12th, Saturday, April the 12th. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you get your reservations and everything now and get them garments together. You know what I'm saying? Get those dresses together. Now we do it extra flyers. You know what I'm saying? Salaki in Atlanta, Georgia. You know what I'm saying? Wow, sir. In Atlanta, Georgia, April the 12th, Saturday. You know what I'm saying? Got anything else you want to add, sir?
No, I'm doing.
Come. My Aquatin and check on social media, such as ISUPK.com, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and so on for ISUPK and Vincent material. If a brother wants to be a trooper in the school, you should start wearing all black, which includes black boots, black shirts, black pants, black headband or scarf. And with that, I say I might you, which means to stand.
For question, come.
We'll give a courtesy salute to the teacher. Min original Imam Shabbat, Michael, Barak, Saw, which means to turn. Sisters, you may stand. I'm Michael. We'll give a courtesy salute to the sister minister. Men of Israel, Imam Shabbat, Michael, Barak, Yahya Matah, class dismissed.